prime time, y'all niggas should've left with my 9. Bust a shot, hit the cop, and that's a federal crime. But before I go to jail and do the federal time, eat my wife pussy, incredible edible time. Petro said, buckets, you can do it again. Let the scat blow, fucking now I'm losing the frame. Sean Price is the best around. Niggas Ray Charles with it, doing the damn mess around. I will back out the iron and press this clown. I will smack fire some lion and wet this clown. No joke, rock him all law. Fucking drive by me and I'ma pop at your car. Listen, push that crack, push that rap, good. When I push that lack, you look at that hood. Wanna know who the fuck I'm signed to? What difference do it make, bitch? Listen to the tape tick.
Bitch, I give a fuck what you're thinking. Fuck your thoughts. I'm God, and bitch you now.
Yeah,
and bitch you now.
Listen, I'll be that insane nigga from the psycho ward. Insane nigga from the psycho ward. Be that insane nigga from the psycho ward. Insane nigga, insane nigga. Be that insane nigga from the psycho ward. Insane nigga from the psycho ward. Be that insane nigga from the psycho ward. Insane nigga, insane. I'll be that insane nigga from the psycho ward. Insane nigga from the psycho ward. Be that insane nigga from the psycho ward. Insane nigga, insane nigga. Be that insane nigga from the psycho ward. Insane nigga from the psycho ward. Be that insane nigga from the psycho ward. Insane nigga, insane nigga.
You with me? Throw your hands in the air. All my thugs and soldiers, fuck it, even players. Whether you hate us or you show us love, no matter what you do, money, stack your guns in ones. Is you with me? Throw your hands in the air. All my thugs and soldiers, fuck it, even players. Crooks, willies, pimps, all my sons. No matter what you do, baby, stack your guns in ones.
Light a number and elevate on this one, my brother. Respect mine like my baby mother. I shine when it rains. The sky's crying for all them black youth that's dying. I heard he went out clutching his iron, and in the midst of slugs flying, one burst, he kissed the dirt. Not knowing he was touched at first so badly hurt. It's all science. Another nigga murk. Kid snatched his purse and his work. Left nothing but the shells on the turf. The situation's worse. A lot of bitch ass niggas is coming out they skirts cause it's rare. Not everyone can rhyme and get a deal. Not everyone can shine and make a meal. So Johnny carry 9 in the steel. 1.5 for all them fuckheads. Leave that ass for dead. Enough said. Don't be mistaken or misled. It's all peace, but when my babies gotta get fed, I'm on teeth, biting down on the bullet now. Bloodshed, I caught my herb from a naughty dread and lived this life on the edge, nigga. One time,
get up when it's out. Wu-Tang, are you with me? Well, throw your hands in the air. All my soldiers thugs, fuck it, even players. Heads on lockdown and nose on the run. No matter what you do, money, stack your guns in one.
Hey yo, peep the stamina of the main brain splatterer. In a matter of seconds, I'm disrespecting your character. What's the matter? Ya niggas ain't ready for the massacre. I be slapping y'all niggas in the face with the caliber. You like the voice, baby? Ruck is the choice lately. Slap a hoe in the grapple hole just like Hoist Gracie. My boys pay me no mind for the shit I say lately. Cause deep down in their heart they think that nigga Ruck is crazy. Maybe y'all niggas should just chill before I fuck you up. I can snuff a duck nigga in the face with the uppercut. What the fuck? Y'all niggas do it, the mic ruin your life by screwing. Your wife now cruising. Effect with the motherfucking grimy style. Met the cow, help this yo for the 90 now. Remind me how the way you used to be. Yo, you used to be better than you is on the mic, but now you lose.
So is you with me? Well, throw your hands in the air. All my soldiers thugs, fuck it, even players. Whether you rap for a living or sell drugs for fun, no matter what you do, stack your guns in one. Son, I used to be your good boy, fat cheeks, little cute kid, potentially rebellious, yet a straight A student. I listened to my elders till I found out they were stupid. What they told me had me broken, bummy. Time for some new shit. Now I hold mocha until heat, then Acapulco. Ricans and Bush would call me Rocco, El Mano Loco. Got a fofo to me thug sing like KC and JoJo. Packing ever since Mama Rock said guns was a no-no. We don't need those though. Street cats don't need gas. 6'5" from the NBA, many niggas beat ass. So try me like Mutombo, you can't get shit by me. Send you to ER, son with broke ankles like Allen Ivy. Hold that thought for a minute and watch a shorty before I run up in it. I ain't been it, I'm like Sprite. Image got you shaking, thinking I'm Jamaican, but it's thirst that'll get your jewelry and dough taken. Fuck Batman and Robin, I'm Robin with a Batman. Chase niggas like Chevy for making whack jams. Hit hard as a dick after a lap dance act. In these Sean Price and Alcatraz, man, I tell you watch the jab. So is you with me? player. Gods, earths, and cons, crips and blood. No matter what you do, money, stack your guns and ones. Is you with me? Well, throw your hands in the air. All my soldiers thugs, fuck it, even player. MSC killer bees and my outlaw thug. Armageddon soon come, stack your guns and ones. Stack your guns. Helter Skelter come soon. Be prepared, motherfuckers. Stack your guns and ones. Cause ain't nobody safe, motherfuckers. Stack your guns and ones. Apocalypse. Stack your guns and ones. Helter Skelter. Stack your guns and ones. Stack your guns and ones.
Hey yo, man. Damn, what's taking homie so long, son? Freaking calm down, man. Come on. Hold on.
Many men wish death upon me. Blood in my eye, dog, and I can't see. I'm trying to be what I'm destined to be. And niggas tryna take my life away. I put a hole in a nigga for fucking with me. My back on the wall, now you gon' see. Better watch how you talk when you talk about me. Cause I'll come and take your life away. Many men wish death on me, Lord. I don't cry no more. Don't look to the sky no more. Have mercy on me. These pussy niggas put money on my head. Gone, get your refund, motherfucker. I ain't dead. I'm the diamond in the dirt that ain't been found. I'm the underground king, and I ain't been crowned. When I rhyme, something special happen every time. I'm the greatest, something like Ali in his prime. I walk the block with the bundles. I've been knocked on the humble. Swing the ox when I rumble. Show your ass with my gun do. Gotta tip a nigga, go ahead, lose your head. Turn your back on me, get clapped and lose your legs. I walk around, gun on my waist, chip on my shoulder till I bust a clip in your face. Posted this beef ain't no. Many men wish death upon me, Lord. I don't cry no more. Don't look to the sky no more. Have mercy on me, have mercy on my soul. Somewhere my heart turned cold. Have mercy on many men. Many men wish death. Sunny days wouldn't be special if it wasn't for rain. Joy wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't for pain. Death gotta be easy, cause life is hard. It'll leave you physically, mentally, and emotionally scarred. This is for my niggas on the block, twisting trees and cigars. For the niggas on lock, doing life behind bars. I don't see only God can judge me, cause I see things clear. Quick, these crackers will give my black ass 100 years. I'm like Paulie and Goodfellas, you can call me the Don. Like Malcolm by any means, with my gun in my palm. Slim switch sides on me, let niggas ride on me. I thought we was cool, why you want me to die, homie? Many men wish death upon me, Lord. I don't cry no more. Don't look to the sky no more. Have mercy on me, have mercy on my soul. Somewhere my heart turned cold. Have mercy on many men. Many men wish death every night. I talk to God, but he don't say nothing back. I know he protected me, but I still stay with my gat and my nightmares. Niggas keep pulling checks on me. Cypher said some bitch done put a hex on me. The Fed didn't know much when Pop got shot. I got a kite from the pins that told me Tuck got knocked. I ain't gon' spell it out for you motherfuckers all the time. Are you illiterate nigga? You can't read between the lines. In the Bible it says, what goes around comes around. Hamo shot me, 3 weeks later he got shot down. Now it's clear that I'm here for a real reason. Cause he got hit like I got hit, but he ain't fucking breathing. Many men wish death upon me, Lord. I don't cry no more. Don't look to the sky no more. Have mercy on me, have mercy on my soul. Somewhere my heart turned cold. Have mercy on many men. Many men wish death upon me.
out there running around with y'all little jack, man. Man, world. Go to summer school, nigga, get your GED. Yeah, this a man's world, pricks, no brawl allowed. All my niggas with that raw allowed. All my niggas with they paws allowed. Who won't hesitate to bang a nigga right in between they brows. Let's roll, fuck them bitch ass niggas wearing thongs and skirts, trying to catch them while they going to work. Hit them niggas on their job at their lunch break. Make the pump wait, leave them slave when the fucking pump spray. I roll with a sick roll-out squad. 10 deep, let's roll out squad. Bring heat when it's cold outside. Max stick the strip and stick the street. Stick and clip and flip the G. Got extended shit in different heat. Mac M1 double now. I'm not the feathers out your bubble down. Stop the blood clot crying.
Alright. Peace and Black Power family. It's your boy Psychopath Black Action. Know what I mean? What another Mancave Monday was really hood family. Let's see, shout out. Let's see, I should be good. Let me get some ones out there if we good. But let's see, shout out to Tate, shout out to Tut, shout out to Pookie, shout out to G24Ds. Yeah, last night was crazy. Last night was crazy. I had to put that one on Patreon because a lot of things being said and shown, and I couldn't keep that one up. I had to put that one on Patreon. So yeah, so if y'all wondering where that stream's at, that's where it's at. You can go watch it there. But yeah, I had to. Yeah, it was wild last night. Crazy night, but yeah, it was a long night too. Real tough. What's going on? Truth Forum, what's good? Yeah. Alright, what's going on, family? Know what I mean? I'm up here, was, watching the game and everything else, and I was building earlier, and in the midst of me building earlier over on my sister's joint, it just hit me, yo, and like, it didn't just now hit me, but it just kind of just, made me kind of want to just ponder on this with y'all real quick. Maybe y'all come up, chop it up with me about it, or whatever. We can talk about some other stuff too, but I just kind of just want to get this off my chest. Like, yeah, Malcolm had an old saying. He used to always, say, who taught you to hate yourself? Popular term that he used to say. And, it was pretty much the premise behind a lot of his great speeches. And, who taught you to hate yourself? Right? And it's like, and I'm speaking to the men right now because, it's Mancave Monday, so I'm going to speak to the men right now. But this applies to everybody, but I'm focusing on the men today, right? Like, why do black men hate other black men so much? Like, it's like, like a lot of times I notice that black men, by and large, not everybody, but by and large, peace, why, what's going on? Twin, what up? Shatira, what's going on? Men, by and large, I notice, has a great disdain for other black men. It's like a lot of black men don't look at other black men and view them as their brother. For the most part, black men look at other black men and they view them as competition. They view them as their enemy. They view them as a no good nigger. They look at him, they view him as a bum ass nigga. They'll view him as a uppity ass nigga. They will view them as, coons, hoteps. They will just like no matter what your bag is, black men will find something to not like you about, right? It will find something. It's almost like a lot of times Negroes is looking real hard to find something not to like about a motherfucker, right? And it's like, this is like universal, right? Like, this isn't something that's just isolated to a certain region or a certain age group or anything else. I mean, I can show you throughout history of black men just not liking other black men, having a certain hatred for other black men. And again, I'm not talking about every single individual, but this exists, and it exists in abundance throughout our community. And it's one of the things that's holding us back as a community, to be honest with you, right? Again, this applies all the way around the board, but I'm talking to the brothers, so please don't make this some gender banging bullshit. I'm talking to the brothers right now, right? Talking amongst men, right? If the women listening, fine, whatever, I don't care. We talking amongst men right now, right? So, like, and I just need to know, like, what's going on and where's this stemming from. And I have my suspicions with a lot of it, right? A lot of it is, a lot of the stuff that we'll talk about over here from time to time, stuff that people claim they're tired of hearing and everything else. And why do we always talk about it? Well, this is why we always talk about it, because this stuff applies. But, you got the PTSD, right? Right? So you got the, we inherently view ourselves like the white man views us, right? The white man views us as less than human, and we tend to look at ourselves in that same manner, right? Because there's a lot of Negroes out here, these Negropeans, there's a lot of these people, they view the whole world through a European lens. And when you're viewing the world through a European lens and you're not European, you're going to form some type of self-hatred towards your own kind. Because that's how the European views us. Less than. Somebody who's fucked up. A failure. Lazy. Good for nothing. Right? A thief, a murderer, a rapist. That's how the European views us. And that's how they view all black motherfucking men. Let me say that. He's not making these little silly ass distinctions that Negroes like to make amongst themselves. The whole, you're a black man and I'm a nigger, you're a nigger and I'm a black man bullshit that we speak out against on a regular basis over here, that Chris Rock mentality. You know what I mean? White man don't view us that way. That's how we view each other, because these are Negroes that are looking at black people, black men in particular, through a white lens. So they want to make they want to make a separation. They want to say, I'm not that black guy that all the white people think in this, that, and third. I'm the black guy that's gonna be your friend, your white friend. I'm the motherfucker who's gonna fill out that application to be your white friend. I'm that guy. I'm not one of those niggers over there. I agree with you. Those dudes over there are niggers. I agree with you. Right? The Negropean, right? Some of them are just straight coons. Some of them ain't even Negro peons. I'm speaking about the coons. Those are the coons with that mentality. That's a coonish ass mentality. You try to make a separation between you and another black man. It's silly. Outside of like ideology. And the term nigga has nothing to do with an ideology. So for you to try to make that determination that nigga is an ideology is the same silly ass nonsense when I hear women talk about dusty is a mentality. Like, where the fuck do they make you Negroes at? Y'all not understand where these words come from? Where they stem from? And what they actually mean? Y'all just making up definitions on the fly. We're going to change this definition so it can make us feel better. So when I view us through these white lenses that I got on, it don't sting that much when I'm looking at another black man, because I'm going to make the separation that I'm the black man and that's just an ignorant ass, shine ass nigga. Right? We gotta stop looking at each other like that, family. We gotta stop looking at each other like that. You know, this is a thing. You know, we talk. Me in particular, I talk about a lot of divisive things that I see here on YouTube, from all avenues on YouTube. YouTube is a big ass segregated place. YouTube is segregated than a motherfucker. Even amongst our own people, we segregate ourselves. Right? And one of the main reasons why it's like that, because we have a deep hatred for each other. Like it's crazy, because I remember when I first went around to the Mancave. I told the stories before about when I first discovered the Mancave. I really didn't go over there too much. I didn't go over there at all, because the Mancave kind of was a spinoff from the Tammy crowd, right? And I used to clap on the Tammy crowd, right? I used to get into it with the Tammy crowd, right? I used to get into it a lot with those motherfuckers. So I really wasn't like, when I saw that they kind of spun off and started their own thing, I was like, I don't sound like something I want to be down with, because I know how the Tammy crowd is, right? These motherfuckers really don't like the community like that, right? You know, it's not even just like, that shit is beyond like locker room talk, which is what I'm cool with. Locker room talk, I do locker room talk, right? Locker room talk is what it is, right? But the Mancave always went above and beyond that, and they used to like do some other stuff, right? And then like they started like, you know, deep hatred. Like, you know, I'm like, whoa, bro, like, what are y'all, like, they'll say things and be like, wait, what are y'all saying? Like, you know, like, whoa, like, you know, the record scratch, like, like, wait, what did you just say? You know, like, nah, bro, and then, you know, then they really don't like the black community too much over there, right? They just don't. They got a disdain for the black community. Everything negative about the black community, they highlight. Everything. Nothing's good. Nothing good has ever came from it. Nothing good ever happens. Everybody's parents is fucked up. Everybody's, because their parents might have been fucked up. And let me get on that real quick. I don't want to just glance over that. The parent thing, right? Matter of fact, I'm going to come back to the parent thing. Remind me. Remind me about the parent thing, because I got to touch on that. But the Tammy crowd, you know, like, I was like, you know, they, you know, we ain't going to mesh, you know, we don't mesh too good. So, but, you know, I like the concept of gathering black men around from different aspects of walks of life, and, you know, just networking, building, you know, trying to trying to work together, right? I love the idea, right? I never knocked the whole idea of that. It's just that I knew that wasn't what was going on, because again, I stayed away, mind my business, let them do what they do, whatever they over there doing, they doing, right? Let's see, it was like late 2017, early 2018, around that time. I started poking my head over there just to see what was going on, see how this whole thing kind of developed, and this is years later. But let me see how this thing coming about. Let me see how this thing's together, because I had bumped into a couple of dudes over on a couple other platforms. I think Angry Man, I had bumped into him over on Angel's Joint, was on a panel with him, and we was chopping it up one day, and he didn't seem like a bad dude. So we building everything, everything was all right. And afterwards and everything, I was like, he ain't seem like a bad dude. He ain't seem like he had a whole. At the time, he really was peeling back. At this time, he really ain't have a whole lot of smoke for the women or whatever. He still was Angry Man, but he wasn't like on the offensive. He was more on the defensive side of things, right? He wasn't out there attacking nobody, but he was still defending black men, right? So, but he was kind of on it like that at that moment. So I was like, after having the conversation with him, I was like, all right, he might be all right, So I'll stick my head over there to his live every so once in the blue moon, see what he was talking about, listen to some of his build, and then that led me down different avenues. Then start messing around over on Obsidian's channel. And when I would, let me tell you, when I first went on Obsidian's channel, man, that's when I felt the hate. That's when I felt the hate, when I went on Obsidian's channel. Shout out to Obsidian. I ain't got no smoke with Obsidian. Me and Obsidian actually has an understanding, right? Like we might not agree on things, but we understand each other, right? So it's like, it is. But I didn't understand what the fuck was going on when I first went over there. Like I was like, what the fuck did I just stumble across? I mean, it was Negro, and this is back when the Manosphere, it was green light on all women at this time, because Obsidian had that black pill crowd that just like fuck all that SYSBM type crowd and shit like that. Those fuck all black women crowd. Like, I don't give a fuck about nothing, y'all. Like, get them the fuck out of here. Like, if a woman left a comment in the live chat, they ass was block, kick. Like, it was green light on any woman, right? It was crazy. I was like, oh my goodness, what is this, a cult? Like, goddamn, like, I mean, it wasn't like it was black women that was coming in there talking shit. Black women coming in there and said hi. I was seeing black women coming in there and saying hi, how you guys doing, stuff like that. You're trying to mingle with the dudes, and they block, get them the fuck out, block, go to your own platforms, get the fuck out of here, block. That, and I'm not exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating, no bullshit. If y'all wasn't around, you probably think I'm being very extra right now. No, that's what the fuck it was. That's what the fuck it was. Get the fuck out my chat. That's what it was. Green light on them. I'm like, yo, what the hell did I just step into? And some of the rhetoric. Oh my goodness, because Obsidian's a shock jock. Obsidian's a fucking shock jock. So I was confused when I went around there. Like, yo, this is some weird shit going on around here, and it was just so normal to everybody. And I'm like, so y'all agree with all this shit this motherfucker saying? I'm like, y'all agree with all this shit? And I'm sitting there, and I'm saying this to myself, right? I'm not really saying too much, because I understand the dynamic I'm at. I'm in a fucking church right now, and I already told y'all, when I'm in churches, I usually leave because I can't bite my tongue, right? So I usually don't stay in churches, but I'm in this church, right? And I'm like, and I'm listening, and I'm trying to wait for them to say something that I agree with so I can comment. But I found myself not commenting too much because I wasn't agreeing with most of the shit that was being said. So I'm like, But what made me finally push back, like, and start leaving comments, pushing back, was I remember one day, and I don't know who said this. What Obsidian didn't say it. I don't think Obsidian didn't disagree with it. But he's not the one who said it. I ain't gonna put this jacket on him. Because I don't believe he's the one who said it. But when I heard these Negroes on the motherfucking panel blaming Tamir Rice for him being for the cops killing him, saying he shouldn't have been saying what was he doing in that park? Where was his mother at? His mother should have been there. He shouldn't have been in that park playing in the afternoon after school. Motherfuckers was criticizing Tamir Rice for playing in a park afternoon hours after school. And they was straight victim blaming. And he turned around and tried to blame it on the mother. And I'm sitting here, when I heard that, and y'all know when I get triggered, you want to trigger me, start talking about black boys and shit like that, and start trying to demean black boys around me, I'm gonna fuck around and get triggered. Well, I got triggered that day. And yeah, I was all in the chat going ham. Like, you Negroes done lost y'all motherfucking minds up in here. What in the fuck are y'all talking about? I'm like, y'all motherfuckers hate black women that fucking much? That y'all gonna sit here and take the blame off those pigs who killed Tamir Rice for absolutely no reason in a park and say he shouldn't be in a fucking park? If kids can't play in a fucking park, where are they allowed to play at? So I heard this shit, my mind was blown. I was like, oh yeah, this is crazy. I gotta say something. This is it. I can't take it. So I started going ham. In the chat. Anything else is at third. Oh man, it was like, oh, them motherfuckers went, oh, you got that stepdaddy energy. He sound like the cleanup man, psycho blue pill, blah, 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 blah. I became all kind of blue pill, cleanup man, stepdaddy energy ass type motherfuckers and all this other little silly ass, dumb, shaming tactic language these motherfuckers like to use. I became all that. I ain't give a fuck. I'll be whatever the fuck you motherfuckers call me. But you motherfuckers are disgusting. That little YouTube lingo don't mean shit to me. I'm gonna keep it a buck about y'all motherfuckers. This is disgusting. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves for getting on these airwaves saying this wild ass shit you motherfuckers is up here saying. About a black boy being killed by the fucking pigs because they seen him as a threat. The same way you Negroes see other black men as a fucking threat. That's why that whole Pookie and Ray Ray argument became a thing. Another thing I ended up clapping on with the main sphere when I first started going around there was that was one of the things that was a big thing over there. They was either banging on the women or they was banging on Pookie and Ray Ray because they feel like that's the men that the women want. That's a popular narrative in our community. Actually, it's a popular narrative amongst society. I can't even make this. I can't even make that a black thing. That is a societal thing, right? Women loving the bad boy. Well, there's truth to that statement. Can't lie. There's truth to the statement. Women love bad boys, whether they want to admit it or not. Not saying they hate nice guys, but they love the bad boy for different reasons. I can get into all that in detail, but if I'm keeping it short and sweet, they love the danger. They view it as exciting, and they also view the bad boys as a form of protection. Right? These are three major qualities that women love about the bad boys. I can break it all down in deeper detail, but I don't want to make this about dating and all this other little silly shit. Go somewhere else if that's what the fuck you looking for. That ain't my job to get you motherfuckers pussy. Sorry, it just ain't. I don't get paid for getting you motherfuckers pussy. I don't get none out of that. Right? Now, ultimately, like I was saying, that Pookie and Ray Ray argument was huge, right? They was pushing that shit like all of 2018. They was pushing that shit, right? The whole Pookie and Ray Ray shit, right? So I was pushing back against that Pookie and Ray Ray shit, right? Like, why are y'all shitting on Pookie and Ray Ray? Why are y'all shitting on Pookie and Ray Ray? Like, what Pookie and Ray Ray ever did to you? Like, because I challenged them on the whole concept of this being a black male space, right? This is supposed to be a black male space. Why are y'all shitting on black men? Because Pookie and Ray Ray, whether these Chris Rock-minded Negroes want to admit it or not, Pookie and Ray Ray are black men. Right? Whether you motherfuckers like it or not, they black men. So why are y'all spending so much time shitting on black men? I thought this space was supposed to be directed to uplifting the black male image. Right? The black male image is a multitude of things. And whether motherfuckers love it or not, the Pookie and Ray Ray image, aka the hip hop image, because this was an attack on hip hop. That's how I always viewed it. This is completely an attack on hip hop, right? Because that was the culture that they mainly attached to Pookie and Ray Ray, right? That's Pookie and Ray Ray's culture, right? Hip hop culture, right? And you know, if you're attacking hip hop culture, I take that personal. I feel like you're attacking me as an individual. That's how I view it. I'm very defensive over hip hop, and that's what it literally was an attack on, was the hip hop culture. Pookie and Ray Ray was just the face of it, right? So I always push back on this shit, right? So I'm like, well, why are y'all clapping on black men so much? Right? Like, what's going on here? Like, y'all complaining about these black women going ham on black men all the time, but y'all ain't no different. Y'all doing the same shit. Y'all doing the same shit. Y'all attacking black men too. And they always talk this separation shit. Well, we're not talking about the good black men. We're only talking about the fucked up black men. Pookies and Ray Rays. So y'all know me, I need clarity, right? I need clarity. I need you motherfuckers I need y'all to define who the fuck is Pookie and Ray Ray then. Who's Pookie and Ray Ray? Who are you talking about exactly? Are you talking about the motherfuckers that are out in the street hustling? Motherfuckers that's in and out of the pen? Are you talking about motherfuckers who just play basketball all the time? Enjoy hip hop? You know, motherfuckers, I don't know. You talking about the Madden Kings? Are you talking about all these motherfuckers, Pookie and Ray Ray? Because all these motherfuckers that I just mentioned are not criminals. I know gang members who are not criminals. So, who is Pookie and Ray Ray? Right? So, I'd like to find this for me. Break it down. Am I Pookie and Ray Ray? Do I fall in that class? Who's Pookie and Ray Ray? So, and they will always give me these vague answers and everything else, right? First, they'll start off with the extremisms, and they'll start saying shit like, well, you know what we talking about. Pookie Ray Ray, Shotgun Mike, and Killer K, and this, that, and third. They'll start saying these little extremisms, right? Motherfuckers out here, doing bids, right? Got life sentences and shit like that, right? So I'm like, all right, so you talking about the killers, right? That's what you talking about, the killers, motherfuckers out here, the stick-up kids and everything, that, and third. Yeah. And then I asked another motherfucker, that motherfucker would tell me something like, because I remember Obsidian didn't hold that position, right? That was I asked Obsidian tell me some shit like, if I don't want to misquote him, but Obsidian would be some shit like, I'm paraphrasing, but he did say this along these lines. He would say shit like, no, Pookie and Ray Ray is a motherfucker who dresses a certain type of way, talks a certain type of way, pretty much he was just describing a motherfucker who's unapologetically hood. You know what I mean? Just short answer, right? A motherfucker who's unapologetically hood. I'm like, okay, so that would make me a Pookie and Ray Ray, right? Because I'm unapologetically hood. I'm a hood ass motherfucking dude. I don't sit up here, I'm unapologetic about it. I don't try to act like I'm anything other than what the fuck I am. That is what the fuck I am. I embrace it. I love it. You hate it. Oh well. I'm cool. Right? So that would make me a Pookie Ray Ray in Obsidian's eye. But then they would say stuff like, no, Pookie Ray Ray is somebody who got all these baby mothers and ain't never been married and all this other stuff and blah, 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 da, 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 da. Okay, well that means I'm not a Pookie and Ray Ray. Because I do not have multiple baby mothers, and yes, I have been married. My seed has my last name. So that would make me not a Pookie and Ray Ray. But if I ask this motherfucker over here, I am a Pookie and Ray Ray. See, so this shit was it was so weird and confusing, and it's like, that shit's subjective as fuck. But I knew what that shit really was. Like I said, that shit was an attack on hip-hop culture. Because all those motherfuckers who talk like that, all blame the community's problems on fucking hip-hop. Every last one of those motherfuckers would all blame black community problems on hip-hop. Hip-hop destroyed the black community. This is a popular talking point amongst those motherfuckers, right? Oh man, I used to go back and forth with these motherfuckers for hours about that shit. I see Brandon in the chat. He know I ain't lying. He heard me go back. The motherfucker is Supreme King Coon. I would go back and forth with that motherfucker for hours about that shit, for hours. Me and him was supposed to debate that shit a long time ago, like a formal debate. Long time ago, like, cause he's starch on that position. Right? So I used to do all this, but I always noticed that hatred these motherfuckers had for black men. But y'all are the black manosphere, but y'all really don't like y'all don't like black men like that. Y'all really don't like black men like that. I mean, like, pause. Y'all get what I mean, though. You know what I mean? Like, y'all don't fuck with black men like that. Y'all really don't. Like, y'all very subjective on who y'all fuck with. And y'all ain't got no problem with Pookie and Ray Ray if Pookie and Ray Ray got an ass load of money. Then all of a sudden, Pookie and Ray Ray is an educated lane. Because these same motherfuckers will turn around and call somebody like Jay-Z an educated lane. They won't call Jay-Z a Pookie and Ray Ray. Even though Jay-Z promoted, endorsed, and became a billionaire based on that same culture that you said destroyed the fucking community. But y'all will not call him a Pookie because he's a billionaire. Okay, so now that shows me that class has a lot to do with it too. This is also classism. Because you could be a Pookie and have money and not be viewed as a Pookie anymore. You could buy your way out of Pookie-isms. You ain't gotta change your behavior, your lingo. You ain't gotta change your style of dress, any of that shit. All you gotta do is upgrade your bank account and you can buy your way out of Pookie-ism. Right? You can buy your way out. It's a buyout. Right? Peace, Monica, what's good? It says, peace, Aries, peace, Craig. Yeah, I see. I'm watching the Bears. Yeah. They're going through something right now. But yeah, right, family? So, I'm like, all right, it's all some bullshit. These motherfuckers just be talking. These motherfuckers are just talking. This bullshit. This is all about pussy. Right? That's what I realized. These motherfuckers are full of shit. All these motherfuckers up here is a bunch of fucking pick-me's. They up here being Peak Malik. They being Peak Malik up here. They trying to be picked. They being Peak Malik. Mapeaksha. They being They being Mapleek. Yeah, Mapleek. That's what we gonna call these motherfuckers. These little pick-me-ass Negroes. Mapleek. They ain't Malik, they Mapleek. These Mapleeks and shit. These Mapleeks out here, these little pick-me-ass Negroes. That's how I realized this some pick-me shit. You motherfuckers are just mad because Pookie and Ray Ray probably banged your girl before. Your girl probably left you for a Pookie and Ray Ray, or you caught your girl cheating on you with a Pookie and Ray Ray, and you motherfuckers are mad. And the other motherfuckers are mad at Pookie and Ray Ray because they feel like Pookie and Ray Ray can get any girl that they want and don't have to work as hard. So they mad. So this is all pick-me shit, right? That's when I realized it's a bunch of pick-me shit, and I stopped taking all those motherfuckers serious. I was like, all right, I can't take you motherfuckers serious. Y'all just on some pick-me shit. Y'all motherfuckers, y'all just trying to get pussy. That's what this shit's all about. And I ain't, listen, again, I said it earlier, I gotta say it again. It ain't my job to help you motherfuckers get pussy. Who you fuck don't make me nut. Who you fuck does not make me nut. It is not my job to get you motherfuckers pussy. Right? So this is some other shit. So this is you know what I mean? This is struggle for pussy problems, right? This is struggle for pussy problems. I don't have those problems. I don't need to. This ain't doing nothing for me. This is some other shit. I thought y'all was trying to do something else. Once I found out it was pick-me shit, I was out. I'm out of here. This is some bullshit. What y'all over here talking about? This is some bullshit, right? So I was like, this, y'all, I don't even know what y'all motherfuckers over here talking about it. Like, none of this shit makes sense to me. You know, this shit's high school. I don't know what y'all motherfuckers like. I don't know. Y'all having high school conversations to me. conversations y'all motherfuckers over here having, I had in high school. You know, we discussed how girls was in high school. You know what I mean? By the time you were in your mid-20s, you should have figured that shit out. If you ain't figured it out by the time you was your mid-20s, you're never going to figure it out. That's the way I see it. If you ain't figured that shit out by your mid-20s, you ain't never going to figure that shit out. You always going to be a lost, confused motherfucker running around in your fucking 50s and 60s still trying to understand why women do what they do. If you ain't figured it out by the mid-20s, you ain't never going to get it, bro. You ain't never going to get it. You're a late bloomer. You're slow. It's just, it ain't no helping them motherfuckers. It just ain't. They can sit up here, they can cheerlead these dudes and say, oh, I learned so much from you, this red pill knowledge and all this other little fake ass shit. These motherfuckers will revert right back to their blue pill simp asses the second a fucking female comes around, and that shit has been proved. I told all them motherfuckers this shit back in 2018. I told all these motherfuckers this shit. And sure enough, since then, women have evaded the manosphere. And all you see is all these motherfuckers reverting back to simphood. They are all reverting right back to their natural blue pill state. All that pseudo red pill shit they was on was a front for fucking YouTube. All of them was stunting. They was taking fake ass red pills. And them motherfuckers, soon as some women came around, all them Negroes, all these hardcore black pill, red pill, we don't want no women around. You a simp if you fuck with black women and blah, blah, blah. If you talk to black women, you a white knight and blah, blah, blah. All that little silly ass shit. All those Negroes reverted right back to their blue pill state the second some women came around that motherfucker. They all reverted back. Right back to their blue pill state and started leading with their wallet, doing all the shit that got them in trouble the first fucking time before they went into that red pill rage. But these are the red pill motherfuckers. They call me the blue pill motherfucker. This shit is hilarious. Hilarious. Like you motherfuckers don't even know how to act when women around. Look how you motherfuckers act. Y'all cutting each other's throats. Know what I mean? Doing the same backbiting, dirty macking, blue pill sipping ass fuck shit that you motherfuckers used to do back in the day before you found this quote unquote red pill knowledge that supposedly woke you motherfuckers up. And soon as some women come around, it's like, oh, y'all went right off the red pill. Y'all stopped taking them shits. Y'all went right off that red pill shit. Went right back to your blue pill state. I saw it happening. I knew what happened. I knew it was happening because I knew what I was dealing with. When I had them weirdos calling me blue pill and they screaming on, they trying to champion this pseudo red pill that they on. I'm laughing at these motherfuckers like, so y'all the red pill motherfuckers? The motherfuckers who's crying about how they can't get no pussy is the red pill motherfuckers now? Like, y'all gotta be shitting me. Y'all motherfuckers are the ones crying about not getting pussy in high school, not getting pussy in your 20s, getting robbed, getting motherfucking ganked, getting smooth finesse for all your money in your 30s by these women. And you calling me the blue pill motherfucker? And you're the red pill motherfucker. So I'm laughing at these motherfuckers, right? Like I'm laughing because I know what's going on here. I'm like, okay, this is some gaslight fuck shit. You motherfuckers are projecting. I'm listening to a bunch of motherfuckers projecting. I know who y'all are. Y'all can act like y'all somebody else online, motherfucker, but I know men, motherfucker. I've been around them motherfuckers my whole life. I've been around black men my whole fucking life. I know Negroes. And I know when Negroes are talking out their fucking ass And that's exactly what the fuck I heard all the motherfuckers doing back then. Talking out their motherfucking ass. Y'all are not these motherfuckers y'all saying y'all are. Y'all not. This is a joke. Right? And sure enough, boom, here we are. Here we are. I look like Negro Domus again. I look like Negro Domus again, right? Because I was running around here. Where my little shorty at? Where I got wait. Oh, here you go. Yeah, I was running around here. I was on my bullshit, family.
Y'all niggas. I told y'all niggas. Y'all thought I was playing, but I told y'all niggas. Told y'all. Y'all better believe it. The streets is his.
I was like, I told y'all niggas, man. I was like, I told y'all motherfuckers, man. I told y'all, if you get these motherfuckers around some fucking women, they gonna lose their mind, man. These motherfuckers gonna be tripping over themselves, trying to get to these women and shit, you know, throwing money at them. These the same motherfuckers be up in the fucking strip club, making it rain all day long on the women and all this other shit, everything else. These motherfuckers leading with their wallets, man. Stop it, man. These motherfuckers, stop. Know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, all right, listen. So I was like, this is bullshit. Like, y'all gotta stop stressing about pussy, dog. Like, it's a time and place for all that. Like, but it was every platform. It's like, pussy, women. I'm like, all right, this is ain't nobody building nothing. This is, y'all trying to turn YouTube into a dating site. This is ridiculous. I don't know what the hell is going on here. It was just a waste of time. And like I said, these motherfucking Negroes do not like other men. They cut their own throats if some women get around. Which is a problem amongst black men, not just the manosphere. This is a problem amongst black men. You want to fuck up a situation around black men, throw a woman in the mix, that situation is going to get very confusing, and motherfucking shit going to be fucked up because Negroes act different when women are involved or around. Negroes act different, right? Like, not again, I'm not talking about all, but most Negroes act different when women are around. And they start trying to do certain things to impress the woman, to somehow or another get her attention, vie for her attention. And most of the time that means cutting off the competition, which means I need to start throwing all these niggas under the fucking bus. Negroes go straight into dirty macking mode with Negroes that ain't even trying to mac to begin with. It'll be a woman in the mix that dudes ain't even trying to holler at. It's only this one dude that's trying to holler at this woman. But this woman might not want that one dude. She might want one of the dudes that ain't trying to holler at her. And the guy that's trying to holler at her understands this dynamic. He knows that she's trying to holler at one of these other guys who is not trying to holler at her, but he's the one who wants to holler at her. So what does he need to do? He needs to throw them other motherfuckers under the bus so she'll stop trying to vie for their attention and vie for his. Which means he got to go into dirty macking mode. This is the dumb shit Negroes do. Most Negroes, not all, because you got some real red pill motherfuckers out here, not these pseudo motherfuckers out here, who can actually vie for a female's attention without throwing other motherfuckers under the bus. Right? They don't need to throw other people under the bus to get females' attention. They can do that on their own merits. But Negroes lack confidence and character, honor, and integrity. Hence the dirty macking epidemic in our community. Right? I tell people all the time, if you can't get women on your own merits without throwing other motherfuckers under the bus, then you's a clown to me. And you need to step your game up. Right? Because that even if you do happen to get that woman, she's not going to respect you. Ultimately, she's not going to respect you. She's not. But people don't understand these little simple dynamics. But I'm getting down this dating lane, and I don't want to go down this dating lane. That's a whole different dynamic. Not my thing. Again, not my job to get you motherfuckers pussy. That's not my job. You better take whatever little nuggets you get here and there and run with it. But the hatred that we have for each other. And I want to go back to the parents thing. I want to go back because I slightly brushed over that and I said I was going to come back to that. Then I'm going to drop the link. And we can come up and we can chop it up. The parent thing. It's a lot of men out here that has mommy and daddy issues. This is something that men do not talk about, right? Because men are taught at a very early age to toughen up, become a man, and learn to internalize things, right? Like nobody wants to hear about your problems. Everybody has their problems and blah, blah, blah. You know, man up. You know, stop being a pussy. Right? Shit like that. Right? But a lot of people out here, men, a lot of men out here suffer from parental issues. Right? Because the men will talk. I have heard men in the mainsphere do talk about the issues they have with their mothers and everything else. Because, you know, they have no problem throwing females under the bus. So, you know, they'll talk about the mommy issues, right? You know, the bad mothers out here, and I acknowledge their existence. Because some women do not need to have kids, especially sons. And I think, given some of the rhetoric we hear around here on YouTube, I think most of us can agree that a lot of these women on certain sectors of YouTube don't need to have any sons whatsoever. If they have sons, they need to probably be investigated by Child Protective Services, because I wouldn't trust none of them around any boys whatsoever. So these are most likely the bad mothers that these black men will talk about, as far as how they was physically, mentally, and emotionally abused by their mother. Now, I don't think this is the majority of black women. I don't hold that position, and that's the position that they try to spin, that this is the majority of black women. I don't hold this position. But to say that this segment of black women do not exist will be ignorance, and it will be disingenuous, because we see these women right here in your face. People could turn a blind eye to it all they want, but you see these women right here in your face in plain view. Right? They'll talk about all this, right? So I hear them talk about all this, and I acknowledge these women's existence, and this is a problem. But I never really hear these black men talk about their daddy issues. And a a lot of black men have daddy issues. A lot of black men might have been abused by their pops, right? Could have been like, and I ain't talking about no freaky deaky shit. I'm talking about, mental, physical, and emotional abuse from their pops, right? These things happen, right? Again, just like with the women, I'm not talking about all, but I'm not going to be ignorant or disingenuous and pretend like that segment of men do not exist. Right? You got some ain't shit dudes out here that mistreat children. Right? We do have the whole stepdaddy problem. People try to make it an argument on whose fault it is with the stepdaddy problem. Well, it's mainly the man's. The woman has to take some blame, but it's mainly the man because he's the one who's doing it. Even though the women need to be careful who they choose, I'm pretty sure they're not choosing them to come and abuse their kids. I'm pretty sure that's not the choice they was trying to make. Whether it was a bad choice or not, I'm sure that wasn't their intention when they made that choice. So ultimately, the blame goes on that man who's abusing the kid. Right? You have that whole issue. Right? Kids growing up with a fucked up ass stepdad in the house. You have the biological pop who's too hard on the kid, trying to make the kid be a better man than he was, and in the process push the kid too hard. You have those type of scenarios, right? And then you got the all infamous abandonment issues, right? That's the main one that you hear about, right? You hear about these situations where motherfuckers say they never met their pop. You hear horror stories like they only met him once or twice in their life. I've heard, you hear things like people saying they don't know what their pops look like. If they saw him walking down the street, they would just walk right by him, wouldn't even know it was him. Abandonment issues, right? And that's the main thing that I think a lot of men do not discuss. And I think a lot of our hatred we have towards each other, a lot of that comes from these unmentionable things like daddy issues. We grow up, well, not we. I'm just, black men, that have fathers who abandoned the family or whatever. They grow up and they believe that, they believe that, niggas ain't shit. Right? Especially if they in a house in a situation where the father abandoned them or, just not around, and, they constantly hearing which probably means they're probably around a bunch of women, probably was raised around a bunch of women, no male figures, Mother could be bitter about being left with the child by herself, so now she has the attitude of niggas ain't shit. She talks to her girlfriends, her sisters, everything, her cousins and all that, and you hear them rumbling about how men ain't shit and all this other stuff, and they leave their kids, and they see things and all this other stuff, so they grow up internalizing all this, And yeah, they will develop a certain disdain for black men. I'm about to say one thing and then I'm about to drop the link. Let me get this last thing out, because I want to kind of hammer home that point as far as like of things that boys hear that could affect them in a certain type of way, right? Or see, right? When I was younger, right? A movie came out, right? When I was younger. A movie came out that was very popular amongst not just our community, but that was very popular nationwide, right? Very popular movie. I saw this movie one time when it first came out. I was never able to watch that movie again. This movie bashed and berated black men so much that it made me uncomfortable knowing that I was growing up to be a man, and I was nervous that I could grow up to be this motherfucker. And that movie would be The Color Purple. When The Color Purple dropped, I watched that movie one time. Barely was able to get through. I'm young. I'm watching this shit. And as I'm watching it, it just made me like it creeped me out. And it made me like it was weird. It made me uncomfortable to watch that as a man. Actually, I wasn't even a man yet. I was still a boy. But knowing I was growing into being a man, seeing that made me wonder, like, well, is this what I'm going to grow up to be? Is this what I'm destined to be? You know, because I'm watching this, and all I'm hearing while I'm watching this is how niggas ain't shit. I'm seeing niggas ain't shit on the screen, and all around me, I'm hearing how niggas ain't shit. Niggas ain't shit, niggas ain't shit, niggas ain't shit. That's all I'm hearing around me. And on the screen, I'm seeing niggas ain't shit. That is indoctrination. Right? So, yeah, I just wanted to, like, we gotta do better, family. We gotta do better. We need to stop looking at each other as problems. We have to stop doing the white man's work for him. Because the white man loves that shit. He loves that we are indoctrinated, programmed Negroes. That's just on auto drive. That's just on auto drive. Right? These motherfuckers, like, you know, it's we just, they ain't even got to program us anymore. We've been indoctrinated at early ages. Right? So, you know, we gotta fight through these negative stigmas. Stop promoting this crap. Because when people get on here saying, well, we're bringing light to all the fucked up shit that black men are doing. Nobody's talking about this and blah, blah, blah. Da, 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 da. Bullshit. When did motherfuckers not talk shit about what black men are out here doing? Can y'all name me a time in history where black men ills have not been displayed for public consumption? When? What are Negroes doing new on here by promoting negative shit that black men have done? When have Negroes not had that happen to them? When? Y'all can't name me a time in history. This whole myth about black men being coddled in the community is fuck shit. That shit is a YouTube gender banging bullshit ass talking point that don't hold no motherfucking water whatsoever. Black men have always been held accountable. I could do a whole presentation on this shit, and I could go past 100 years. I can take you back over 100 years of motherfucking indoctrination of how fucked up the black man is. Historical facts. This ain't my opinion. This ain't my worthless YouTube gender banging opinion. I can give you historical evidence. So when people get on here acting and pretending that, oh, well, we need to show this stuff and nobody's talking about it and blah, 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 and everything else. Family, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's indoctrinated bullshit. And when people do this bullshit, what they are doing is creating more of the same problem that they said they're trying to motherfucking prevent. So what you're showing young boys is they are destined to become that in the future. Because that's all you are showing them. If that one movie could fuck with my head at an early age, what do y'all think these hours upon hours upon hours upon hours upon hours upon fucking days and days and days and days and weeks and weeks and weeks and months and years of berating black men, what do y'all think that is doing? Do you think you uplifting young black men with this shit? Do y'all really believe that? How did it work out for you motherfuckers? Y'all didn't even consume the shit you motherfuckers are consuming today, but you consumed a lot of this negative black male imagery when you was young. How did it work out for you? How did it work out for your friends? Your family members? How did it work out for them? Having all that shit shoved in their face. How did it work? What happened? Did it work? It's not like y'all don't have a working model. They act like they don't have a working model, like I can't present a working model for this flawed bullshit logic that people be on here espousing. You have a working model already. I can show you. How did it work out? I'm just saying. We're going to keep it a buck around here. Let's keep it a buck. People don't want to have the real conversations. They just want to do feel goodery. What make people feel good? Let's have the real conversations. Why do y'all hate black men? Why do black men hate other black men? I don't want to ask the women why they hate black men, because I'm going to get a whole bunch of relationship silly shit that I don't give a fuck about. I want to ask black men, why do you hate other black men? And please make it independent of any fucking women. Make it independent of women, please. I don't want this to be no silly shit. But yeah, I'm about to put the link out there. Anybody want to come up, chop it up? Or if they want to, address anything I said, they can. But yeah, I just want to know, man. I need to know these things. Because I don't look at black men and hate them. Right? I see black men as not a threat to me. That's why I love being around black men. Right? That's why I hang out with them. That's why I make money with them. Like, these are my brothers. And I can never do black men dirty like that. Peace, Pookie. What's going on? How you?
What's up, man? This was a great topic, man. It was like the perfect topic for Mancave Monday. But yeah, I agree with you, man. I don't hate. I can't figure out a reason for me to hate other black men, because I look at like men. I mean, all races of men do egregious shit. You know what I'm saying? And you absolutely right. The easiest thing to do is to get on this motherfucker and berate black man. Black man, it has been like, especially within media, like that's like the easiest target to shit on. Anybody can do it and get away with it. You know what I'm saying? And make money and get rich off of it. I mean, that shit, that's like a get quick rich scheme. You know what I'm saying? Damn near. All you gotta do is talk about black men. But you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Black people in general, but if you specifically target black men, oh man. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, if you think about after the Civil War, man, like before the Civil War, there wasn't no history of us being no rapists and all this and that. White people and white man created this whole rapist image right after the Civil War, right after we got free. You know what I'm saying?
Birth of a nation.
Through media. Exactly. But even before then, through the papers. You know what I'm saying? Through all the lynchings and stuff like that. This just modern day lynching. You know what I'm saying? This is modern day lynching. And then even if whether it's true or not, even you can lie on a black man and still get away with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because they already got that image in their head, right?
Right.
Because they made us the face of this stuff, right? And the media props things up, and that's why I'm disgusted by what I see around this motherfucker. Because like I see motherfuckers doing the same shit mainstream media does. Like I might as well go ahead and just watch mainstream media again. I might as well go back to watch mainstream media again, because I don't see no difference. It's just a black spin on the same motherfucking stupid ass talking points. It's silly.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, they can't explain why the only reason why they hate other black men hate other black men. I feel like for either number one, they didn't grow up around a whole lot of black people. You feel what I'm saying? And like you said, they got that propaganda burned into their brain. You know what I'm saying? To where it's like basically pretty much they look at any black man as competition or a target. It's either one of the two. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care what aspect of life you come with that. Like Brandon L put in a chat. He said that's most of the street niggas. Educated lanes don't have this problem, but that's very untrue. You know what I'm saying? That's probably
being negatively betrayed.
Yeah, by other black men. This is something that's across the board.
Yeah, that's not true.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is across the board. Because if you think about it, like most of your educated lanes be your polices, your prosecutors, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Black men that go up and upheld white supremacy. Not saying that all of them do. You know what I'm saying? But you will find a lot of black men that proudly do it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
what about OJ? OJ wasn't no street nigga. What about him?
Exactly.
OJ wasn't no street nigga. Like he had the biggest case of all time. He wasn't no street nigga. He's a black man. They made him the face of spousal abuse. Literally made him the face.
Right.
You know what I mean? So so it's not just a street dude problem. Like they view all black men like this. All black men are street niggas. See, that's the thing I'm talking about right there. Like we all one big nigga to society. Yep. That's what
even to one
recognize.
Another.
Yeah.
Even to one another, like you were saying, like man, we attack one another just like we view each other just like the world view us.
Yep. That's
we don't see each other.
On each other.
Right. We don't see no value with one another until it's time to call one another brother and exploit one another off calling each other brother or my friend or my nigga. And we exploit each other. Nah, we'll fuck with each other as long as we doing business and can exploit one another. You know what I'm saying?
And even then, people side-eye motherfuckers wondering, like, you know.
Exactly. If this motherfucker gonna cross me or can I trust him? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that it's like that across the board with all black men because, you know, some motherfuckers are just solid. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? Some people just, it is what it is. But every now and then you gonna run across that feeling though. Even I have that feeling sometimes, like when I go into places, you know what I'm saying? I see just a lot of, and I'm going in there, you know, I don't feel uncomfortable or nothing like that, but I'm just watching. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I shouldn't be on the watch. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because it's definitely not an uncomfortable feeling. I definitely feel comfortable because hell, I ain't gonna go nowhere else around. I ain't gonna go around nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I ain't finna go around no white folk. So the feeling is not an uncomfortable feeling, but it's like, I guess, like I'm on a watch feeling, and it shouldn't be like that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like just in case, like bet nobody try me type of shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it shouldn't be like that. Cause why when I go around my people, I feel like somebody would try me.
But
you know what I'm saying?
Why don't we look at white people as competition?
Right.
Why don't we look at them as the enemy? You feel what I'm saying? We look at each other that way. We don't look at white people that way. Matter of fact, the Negroes try to lull you to sleep and say white people ain't the enemy, we our own enemy. They try to take the target off of them and put it on each other. You know, and then they say this as if they're saying something deep or they saying something that's like, no, we are not the enemy. This ain't some deep shit you saying. This ain't some new shit you saying. This is the problem. And this is why collectively we fucked up, because we keep viewing each other as our own problem. We keep viewing each other as the fucking enemy. We keep viewing each other as competition, not everybody else. And that's the issue.
Exactly.
So yeah,
that's the real shit, Psycho, man. Yeah, that is annoying, man. But that, like, this type of conversation, like, fucking manosphere supposed to been had and shit like that. They been on these motherfuckers just wasting time.
All fucking women, dog. All they want to talk about is fucking women. Is fucking annoying as shit. It's like, yo,
that shit
stop being pressed about women, dog. Y'all motherfuckers.
I'm trying to tell you, like, man. Like I be like, man, I be thinking like, man, now I know I feel like, man, I got my own issues, my own problems with women in my life. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get on here and hear about yours, man.
Thank you.
I don't know what I'm saying. I don't want to hear about yours, dog. Like, man, I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? Cultivate and keep my relationships good, man. You know what I'm saying? I need some advice on maybe well, I don't really need none, but if I were looking for some, you know what I'm saying, at least let that be. I would appreciate it if that was there. You know what I'm saying? But everything on this motherfucker is just bashing black people, man. Like, I don't want to hear that shit, man. I don't want to hear that shit, see that shit. Right. Man, then the shit ain't even like real. It's not like what you see in reality. It's not what you see in the real world or what you see when you dealing with black people. It's like, where the fuck they get these people from?
Facts. Like, where do they make you motherfuckers at? Cause like when I hang out with my dudes, we not out here, like we doing, pretty much same shit I do up here, we
doing nigga shit.
Yeah, talking about sports, hip hop, we just building on life situations. If somebody got some business going on, we start talking about that, whatever. And we playing cards. Whatever, we doing, we doing nigga shit, but we ain't sitting up here all pressed about, let's all meet up so we can all talk about these women for about 3 hours. Like, wait, what?
Man, hell no. If anything, we finna meet up to go chase after some women.
Yeah,
we ain't finna go doggone meet up and
we gonna meet up,
talk about.
We gonna meet up, hang out, and I gotta be out in 3 hours because I got something to do with this chick later on and this, that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna be sitting up here pressed with you motherfuckers. Well, like, stressed out about no damn women. Like, what?
Right. And then, like, they don't want to talk to motherfuckers that can help them and shit like that, though. Cause you know what I'm saying? Like, we can tell y'all don't get women or be around women like that. Like, hell, we tired of hearing this, coming on these motherfuckers and seeing you motherfuckers cry. Hell, we as black men want to help you. You know what I'm saying, man? They reject that shit. Like, we just don't know what the fuck we talking about. We don't get none. They swear they'll get to trying to talk about our looks with just some weird shit and swear how many women they get and shit like that. But they on this motherfucker complaining about women all goddamn day, all night. You know what I'm saying? Looking for some women to troll and shit like that to get attention from women. Like, that shit is weird.
Yeah, like, that's what it's all about. Just vibing for women attention. It's like, bro, y'all that thirsty for women attention? Like, I don't mind the sister's attention and none of that other stuff, whatever. But I'm not going to sit up here and degrade myself or degrade other black men to get women attention. Y'all motherfuckers nutty. I'm not saying that deep.
Like, hell no. Like, that shit ain't never worked. Like, that's like so elementary. Like, pulling a girl hair, you know what I'm saying? Because you like it to get her attention. You know what I'm saying? Which even in the first grade, I didn't understand that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Copper Peace, like,
what's going on, Copper Peace? Copper Peace Trail. Yeah, my bad. Go ahead.
It's like, especially as an adult, man, like, that's like ain't gonna get you nowhere. Like, yeah, you'll get attention from them, but you ain't gonna do nothing but be arguing with motherfuckers. And then motherfuckers' attention that you want, that ain't the kind of the women attention that you want, you ain't gonna get. Not doing that shit. No. You know what I'm saying? You gonna go, the only two women attention you gonna get is the women that share your same mentality. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And y'all ain't gonna never work because you're too busy clashing with one another.
Right. Like, yeah, it's
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like, women don't respect you if you didn't get them based on your own marriage. They really don't respect you like that. They probably just got with you to get somebody else mad.
Right.
I mean, because like that dirty Mac and shit, right? Like, like dude come around, do that little dirty Mac and shit, start kicking the dude back in to get the girl interest or whatever. Let's say he mess around and do get her interest that way and this, that, and the third. She probably only did it to piss off the dude that you was dirty macking on.
Exactly.
Like you thinking you did something special. She just used you to try to get that person mad. And everything else, like, so she really didn't get you based on the merits of you. She got you based on the fact that you was in proximity of somebody that she probably was trying to piss off.
Right.
So
that's straight fact.
Yeah. So these guys don't even understand. Like,
They don't understand game, man.
Nah,
they
they
don't
don't.
know. They don't understand game. They don't understand life. They don't understand experiences. They don't understand. You know what I'm saying? They just, I don't know. They need help. That's what they need, but they reject it. You know what I'm saying? You can't can't help nobody who don't want to be helped.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? And then like the people who they think is their voice and giving them a voice, like these Cam Samuels and O'Shea them, like they just keeping them in that same state. You know what I'm saying? Long as you sending super chats and cash apps, they don't give a fuck about your mental health and your mental state or whether you get pussy or not. They want you to keep hating women. That's how they make money. You know what I'm saying? And then if you hate women because you gay, just come out and say you gay.
Yeah, that's the whole.
You know what I'm saying? if you have some sort of sexual depression because you gay, then just say you gay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we live in a different time. We ain't gonna hate you because you gay. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we should. You know what I'm saying? You still gonna be viewed in a certain light, in a gay light, but at the same time, at least be man about it. You know what I'm saying? Right. Man up about it. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's why I don't too much knock flamboyant gay men. Because at least they are man enough to say, hey, that's what they are. You feel me?
It's like let's see what Trail says. There you go. Said, notice how a channel like this and a few others where some of the audience may be atheists, but other part of the audience isn't. But you see everybody still get along. Yeah. I mean, like, I don't. Yeah, like I'm an atheist. Everybody know I get down, but I rock with Bible believers. I got, I rock with some abos. I got some abos I rock with, believe it or not. Even though I give them smoke. Even though I do give them smoke. I got some abos I do rock with though. Like they still my.
Yeah, cause I fuck with Top Cat. That's my nigga. Top Cat's my nigga.
Yeah, I fuck with Top Cats. Yeah, I fuck with Top Cats.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what I said. Like, I got abos that I fuck with and everything else. Like, I don't dislike them as an individual. I might not agree with their ideology, but that don't mean that I like my sister, right? Like, so like at the end of the day, if something go down, we all in this together. Like, fuck all that abo African shit go out the window when the shit go down. You know what I'm saying? So and that's how I view it, right? Like, so it's like if we going back and forth, that's just ideology. Yeah, that's just that's something different. But I know how to code up. I know how to code the fuck up. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I do get on code real quick.
I'm talking about. Yeah, it's like instinct for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I guess that's where I was from and where I was raised. You know what I'm saying? It's just like niggas side with niggas. Niggas root for niggas. You know what I'm saying? Black people gonna go for black people. Black people go side. It's just natural. And when you don't, you know what I'm saying? It's unnatural. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why a lot of this shit is strange to me, man. These people strange.
Yeah, they really are. They really are. Like that's what I said. Like I could tell, like where do y'all motherfuckers come from? But then I had to put some thought to it. It's like, well, these dudes always did exist. I can't act like they never existed. They always existed. They never had a soapbox before to jump on and talk this stuff. So now those types that struggle in that category when it comes to women and stuff like that, now they have a voice. They're the ones who saying they never had a voice.
I need to shut the fuck up, right?
Yeah, because now that they got a voice, they using it for nothing but crying. Voice, now that's all
hear that shit, man.
Yeah.
I want to hear that shit there, man.
Yeah, it's like, all right, we get it, bro. We get it. You're having issues over here. The girls ain't digging you the way you want them to. I get it.
What you call them niggas? What you calling them niggas? Peak me? What?
What you say?
With that peak me name you calling them niggas?
Oh, my pleat.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. My pleat. Hey.
These my pleat me.
With pleat me ass niggas, man. Y'all don't get y'all ass on some goddamn well. And sit the fuck down in the corner. Cry by yourself. Nobody want to hear that shit.
Oh, man. But yeah, like, you know, like, just stop, man. Like, yo, listen, like, I tell motherfuckers all the time, man, listen, just improve yourself, man. I know short motherfuckers who do all right with the girls. I don't want you to hear that height shit as a fucking excuse.
You ain't lying.
I know dark
I know ugly ass motherfuckers who do good with girls. Yeah, I damn sure don't want to hear that shit.
Because they got a slick ass mouth. Because they got a slick ass mouth.
And a personality. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Your personality and a mouthpiece will get you a long way.
A long
when dealing with relationships. Because I know motherfuckers
dealing with women
who girls. I know motherfuckers who girls are kind of into, but these dudes are kind of stale, and the second they start opening their mouth and start talking, they're not interested anymore. They get turned off because and it'll be an ugly dude, this, that, and third that most girls ain't into, but this motherfucker got personality and got a mouthpiece, and all of a sudden they mess around and give him something, right? Like, so it's like
I went to high school, man. I went to high school with a ugly ass motherfucker. And he doggone, hey, he had damn near half the girls in that motherfucker just off his personality. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, how you? I don't know, man. These motherfuckers.
These guys,
they supposed to learn when they was kids.
They think it's all about the money. Oh, well, if we just got the money, you can get a girl if you got money. And
money
like that. She into the money. So it's like, now if that's all you care about is just having her.
She gonna get you.
Absolutely,
man. And she gonna.
But do you really have her? Because those type of women are the type of women that'll cheat on you.
Exactly.
Right?
I'm
because
any lizard show his green gonna get his green took, man.
Right.
Any lizard showing his green gonna get it took. That's all you gonna get to do. She gonna run your ass, run you in your pockets.
Yeah. And then once you get a kid by her, then
it's over.
Game. Then, she got you now. Now she can run around and act the goddamn fool because she never really anyway. She just wanted to secure the bag. So now she secured the bag. She got the goddamn fool now. Start fucking around on you, doing all this, that, third, anything else, and start trying, like you said, bossing motherfuckers around, all kind of crazy shit. Cause she got you by the balls now. Because you got with somebody who really was into you. You got with somebody that was into your funds and just wanted to secure that bag, and you was leading with your wallet, so you put yourself in that position for that shit to happen.
Exactly.
But they don't want to hear that shit. They just want to hear how it was the girl's fault. You can't get mad at a tiger for going tiger. Women are wired to do. They hypergamous. They want to be secure. They want to make sure they secure themselves in their future and everything. This is how they're wired. Like this is woman is hardwired that way.
Yeah,
and that's just what it is. So you got to understand that and don't put yourself in a situation where you can get screwed over. If you get with somebody who's acting into you, right?
Right. Now, what kills me is when it's that accountability shit. They want women to hold themselves accountable for not fucking with them. You know what I'm saying? Instead of them holding themselves accountable for them, for them to be able to get a woman, or to get a woman's attention without, you know what I'm saying, bashing her. Why you not holding yourself accountable for that instead of trying to get a woman to hold themselves accountable for anything? You can't come. First of all, if you don't own a prison, you feel what I'm saying, or execution squad, how you gonna hold anybody accountable for anything? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It just don't even make sense.
Right.
That whole accountability, that to me, that's pseudo in and of itself.
Yeah. Like nobody want to be held accountable around this motherfucker. That's a no-no.
Right.
No, that's taboo talk.
Right.
Taboo talk of accountability. Oh no, people don't want to hear that. Accountability. What am I being held accountable for when it's everybody else's fault? Why should I be held accountable when it's everybody else's fault? It's crazy.
Yeah. It's like, I gotta run though, man. I can't chop it up with you. I say I gotta run. I can't chop it up with you a little bit more on Mancave Monday.
We was on late yesterday, so.
Yeah,
we was on late
go to
yesterday,
work
so
in the morning, and I got something else that I'm supposed to be doing tonight, so I'm gonna go do that.
True. I got you.
Right,
I know Craig mad. The Bears done lost.
Hey man, but this topic right here though, this is to be continued. Definitely. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, we can definitely do a part 2 to this. Yeah, definitely.
It's gotta be a big part 2 to this. You know, hell, this probably need a part 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You know what I'm saying? To be real with you.
Yeah, man. We gotta get along with each other, man. Not just offline either. People always talk about us. We need to get together offline, stop shooting and killing each other. Well, we can start by getting along online. We can start there.
Yeah, because it's so easy to get along online, because it ain't like we can actually hurt one another. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We can't do nothing. The most we can do is, attack each other with words. You know what I'm saying? And I know some people say words don't hurt, but yeah, words do hurt. You know what I'm saying? So that's the most. That's the most we can do. That's the most we can do to one another. And I'd rather us hurt each other with words and try to hurt one another physically, because you can make up with words too. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You can also make up words.
Ain't no coming back from the street beats. A lot of street beats ain't no coming back from.
Hell no, ain't no coming back from it. It ain't even. Some beefs, if you try to talk people out of the beefs, hell, they'll be mad at you for trying to talk them up out of it. You know what I'm saying? So nah, you right on that.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Definitely. Real talk. Thanks for coming up, Pookie, man.
All right, man. I'm probably listening to playback in the morning when I'm at work, man.
No doubt. I'm not sure much longer I'm gonna be on, but because last night was a rough one. That was a long one.
Yeah, man. Hell, I really want to whoop your ass in spades, but man, damn. You know what I'm saying?
I
got you next week, though.
We can do it next week.
I got you next week, though.
No doubt.
All right, man.
All right, Pookie. I'll holler at you later. All right. Shout out to Pookie. Know what I mean? But, family. Yeah, man. So, but, like I said, we just got to do better. Man. We gotta be more conscious of how we view each other. I don't think we view each other in the best light. I think we tend to, like I said earlier, look at each other through European shades, right? Through European lenses, right? And that's not good. That's not good, because we can't allow Europeans to depict how we view each other, right? And we gotta stop doing that. Like, everybody's not your enemy. Everybody's black's not your enemy. I'm not gonna say you ain't got nobody who's black who's trying to take you down or preying on your downfall, but that's not every black person, right? And I'm gonna say that's not most black people, right? So you just we gotta be more. We gotta hold certain codes. We gotta have some integrity, have some honor, and some respect. Self-respect and respect of others, right? Respect, honor, integrity, and we'll get a lot further as a collective. I mean, yeah, I saw that, Craig. Y'all lost at the end. I saw that. I kid you not, I knew a brother in school that if a girl left him, he would get upset and complain. One time he even asked us if we can get her pregnant. Do we think she'll stay? Yeah, see, that's somebody right there that, he's going to have issues with women his whole life. That's somebody who will have issues with women his whole life. Like, that's a problem. That's a problem. Yeah. That's somebody you got to catch him early and try to put him on the game, because those type motherfuckers usually grow up to be the stalkerish boyfriend type motherfucker and shit, that just harass a woman, don't know how to break up with a woman, don't know how to let her ass go, be you know, stalking by windows at night and shit. You know what I mean? Seeing if she in there sleeping with any motherfucking dude or some shit like that parked across the street. See if anybody's going up in there late night. Like, you gotta be careful with those type motherfuckers, right? Those type motherfuckers got that stalker swag, right? You catch that stalker. You don't know what to look for when you're young for the stalker swag, right? Like, cause when you're young, you don't view your friends as growing up becoming fucked up individuals, right? Nobody looked at their friends when they was little and said, yeah, this motherfucker gonna get older and shoot 2 people and kill them and end up doing 40 years. Nobody grew up, like, you might have grew up next to that guy, but you ain't think that was that guy when you was growing up. When you was growing up, that was just Ray from down the street. That was your man. You know, y'all went to school together. You know, y'all played together. You know, that was your wide receiver and you was the quarterback, right? Like, that was just Ray. But then Ray got older and Ray became something you ain't think Ray was going to ever be, right? Like, doing all these extra years and all this other shit and this, that, and the third. You know, you might have been friends with somebody who ended up being a fucking pedophile. You ain't know that motherfucker was going to be a pedophile when you got older, when you was playing with that motherfucker. That was just Pookie from down the street. All right, that was just Pookie from down the street. Y'all playing and everything else. You know that. You know y'all used to play basketball together. You know y'all used to do a pick and rolls together and shit like that on the basketball court. And you know what I mean? Y'all might have hung out and did a couple of things, whatever the case. Boom. You know, that was something. You know, you ain't think that motherfucker would grow up and become what the fuck he probably became. You know, that shit wasn't about nothing, right? That was just your friend from down the street, y'all kids. Nobody viewed these people as being anything fucked up when we was kids. Like, we didn't look at each other that way when we was kids. When we was kids, we didn't look at each other like these people are going to grow up fucked up, they failures, they this, they that, and all this other shit, da. Even the motherfuckers who turned out to be failures and all this other shit, everything else, you didn't view him that person that way when y'all was kids. You just didn't. You couldn't even look that far down. You couldn't even look that far down that rabbit hole as a kid. When you were a kid, you was literally living day by day, right? Because you're not thinking a week ahead. A week seemed like a year when you was a kid, right? It could be a situation like right now, right? Like what is this, November 8th? Christmas is right around the corner, right? If you're a kid, Christmas seems like if you're a kid right now, Christmas seems like it's about 2 years away. Christmas seems like it's 2 years away. You can't even conceptualize that shit is going to be here in no time. You can't even, that shit is taking too long. That shit is taking too long, right? Days last a lot longer when you're a kid. When you're a kid, days last a lot longer, weeks last a lot longer, and years last a lot longer when you're a kid. That's just real shit. A week seemed like it took a month. Especially if you had something you was going to do that following week. You going to an amusement park the following week or some shit. Like, yeah, next week, moms and them said next week we going to the music park. I can't wait. It'd be like, damn, fuck. You waiting. You run into your cousin again. Like, yeah, man, I can't wait till you get to the music park, man. God damn, we supposed to be going. What day is that again? The next Saturday? What day is this? God, this shit taking forever. What day is this again? Sunday. We just found out last night, motherfucker. We gotta wait all the way to next week, Saturday. You acting like we've been waiting all week long. Like, that shit take forever. Days take forever when you're younger. Don't let it be your birthday is a week later. Like a week before your birthday. Oh, those hours. It's like watching paint dry. That shit is like watching paint dry when you were a kid. And you like a week away from your birthday. That's literally like watching paint dry. Waiting that last week. Like, it's like that shit is taking forever. Forever. Let it be Christmas Eve, motherfuckers. Let it be Christmas Eve. Let that shit be Christmas Eve. That is the longest day of the year. When you're a kid. When you are a kid, the longest day of the year is Christmas Eve. You cannot wait till the next day. That again, watching paint dry. You are watching paint dry. You are staring at those presents under that goddamn Christmas tree. You can't wait to tear them shit open. You cannot wait. Oh yeah, now time flies now that you older. Shit. It ain't enough hours in the day now. Now it's not enough hours in the fucking day as you get older. Shit. Please, I need more hours on the day. I need motherfuckers to tack on more hours. And I ain't talking about no daylight savings time either. No, we literally need more hours in the day. I need the sun to slow down. The sun be speeding up on me. I need that motherfucker to slow down a bit. Slow down your rotation. This shit's going too fast. Rashida here talking shit about the Steelers. Yeah, I know an ugly win is not a loss. I hear you. I hear you. I take an ugly win over a pretty loss any day. Pretty losses hurt. You don't want a pretty loss. Give me an ugly win. Give me an ugly win over a pretty loss. For real. Bells will be contenders, yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell. Pookie got that mop on fantasy. Pookie got it off on me this week. I forgot to talk about him about that shit. That son of a bitch, motherfucking Sammy Watkins. They had that motherfucker listed as playing, and right before the game, they announced the motherfucker wasn't gonna play, and I didn't get to my fantasy in time, so I had him in my flex, and so I had that motherfucker playing, and I couldn't change it in time, so he ain't get me no points, and I ended up losing by like 7, and I could have easily put somebody in to make up for that 7 points, and Pookie got it off on me because of that Sammy Watkins stupid shit. Oh, fuck. So I caught an L this week in fantasy. That's fucked up. I'm still in okay shape, but boy, that loss right there is gonna hurt. I caught 2 L's. 3, I think all my L's hurt because all of them were nail biters. I could have did something different in all of them. And then that shit was fucked up. You say your fantasy team's boo-boo? You say you did a couple of guards? Yeah. Yeah, but man, my man, goddamn, I was mad as hell I lost this week. And I was looking, because our game was over yesterday. We ain't had nobody play today. Our game was over last night. My last-ditch effort was Julio Jones. And Julio Jones ended up being a wasted pick for me this year. That motherfucker ain't been doing shit all year. If he either not playing or he's not playing. Either he's literally not playing or he's playing, but he's still not playing. Like, Julio Jones has been a bust. He has been a fantasy bust for me this year. That is one pick I regret making. That motherfucker right there ain't doing me no good. He's a pain in my ass. That's the fuck he is. I barely played the motherfucker. I only played him this week because other people was on bye weeks. Everybody else was on, DK Metcalf was on a bye week, so I couldn't play him. So I had to bench him, so I had to put Julio bum ass in. He been getting on my fucking nerves all year. Fucking Julio. Fuck. And they was trying to trade Odell Beckham all week last week. Then he ended up not getting traded. Did he get cut? He was supposed to got cut. Let me see what happened with him. Let me see what happened with that motherfucker, because I forgot to look and see what happened with Odell, because he was supposed to got cut. Let me see. Wednesday, report Odell Beckham Jr. appeared to cause issues if wrong team claims him off waivers. Yeah, he got cut, and now he's saying he's gonna cause major issues if the wrong team claims him off waivers. Yeah, fuck Odell. Fuck Odell. Fuck him. OB gay. OB gay. I can't stand OB gay. I can't stand that motherfucking fruitcake right there. Ever since he played for the fucking Giants, I cannot stand me no motherfucking Odell Beckham.
You are gay.
I can't stand him. OB gay, he's a freaking fruitcake. The motherfucker is overrated. He's never won anything in his motherfucking life besides best highlight reel of a fucking season. That's the only thing. The best highlight of a season. That's the only thing he's ever won in his whole fucking career. The fucking overrated loser. He's an overrated, fruity booty ass fucking loser. That's what the fuck he is. And I hope we don't sign that motherfucker, because if we do, I'ma still talk shit about him. I don't give a fuck if he playing for my team or not. I'ma still talk shit about him. Fuck him. Fuck motherfuck him. I don't even know where the fuck he gonna end up going. I don't even know if I should care. Should I even care? Should I care where Odell Beckham goes? Because I really don't. Somebody tell me if I should care, because I really don't give a fuck. Like, I don't even know where the fuck, where can he even go where he can even help a team? I don't even know. Most people are already locked in at wide receiver. I don't know. At least the good teams, most of the good teams. Where's he gonna go? Whoa, where? The Pats? The Pats are done. They're done. And Bill Belichick ain't dealing with his fuck shit. Bill Belichick ain't dealing with his fuck shit. So yeah, that ain't even a good fit. You know how them motherfuckers is in New England, dog. They all about the quote unquote Patriots way, right? You know, you gotta be a true patriot, right? You gotta be about America. You gotta be up in there like America. We do things the Patriot way, America. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you got, you know, it's about the Patriot way, right? You know, the whole culture, right? Yeah, that's a bad fit. No, don't go to the Pats. That's a bad fit. You don't want to go there. That's not good, folks. Not him. The divas don't do well over there. They don't last too long. They clash heads with the big men. The Raiders, that's not bad. That's better. That's better. That makes more sense. The Raiders will make more sense. I can't think of too many other teams though, man. Like most teams, I don't even know where he even fits. To be honest with you, he's a diva too, so he's gonna bring problems to the locker room. Yeah, I don't even know where he really even fits at. But yeah, the Raiders, I can see him going to the Raiders. I can definitely see him going to the Raiders. Even though the Raiders is a hot mess right now, I can see him going there. Yeah, Trail, no, yeah. Belichick definitely ain't having that. Not that diva shit he be on. That fucking weirdo. That motherfucker a fucking weirdo. You guys see the video Odell's dad put out? He made Baker Mayfield look bad. Oh wow. Yeah, I gotta check that out. But yeah, I could definitely see him being with the Raiders. He's a misfit at this point too in his career. And that's usually where players who are misfits go. Misfit players usually end up on the Raiders. So I could definitely see his ass ending up there. Because traditionally, that's where misfit players who've been kind of like mini blackballed throughout the course of the league, they usually end up on the Raiders. The Raiders takes everybody's rejects. They take everybody's rejects and try to kick the tires on old players. They take everybody's rejects. That's kind of been their MO for their entire franchise history. That's kind of been the Raiders' MO. So that, you already, family. So that ain't nothing new. Lamar can use them. Lamar got receivers, though. He got receivers. I don't know. I think Lamar all right with receivers, because I think if he goes to Baltimore, he'll mess the chemistry up. He'll mess because they're not a passing football team. So him not getting the ball, passing he's gonna start crying and everything. Nah, I think he'll fuck it up if he go to Baltimore. I don't really like him going to Baltimore. I don't think that's a good fit. Like, Baltimore needs a receiver that understands their position and understand they're a run-first team. And they're not going to get the ball a whole lot. He needs receivers that understand that they're not going to get the ball a whole lot. And Odell Beckham wants the ball every motherfucking play. That's going to be a bad fit. He's going to be crying in the huddle. You know how Odell Beckham, you know how that weirdo is. He's going to be in the motherfucking, that fruity motherfucker gonna be in the motherfucking in the huddle with his motherfucking arms folded, sucking his teeth like with his arms folded, popping his neck and shit. Mad as hell, bitching that he ain't get the ball, batting his eyes, popping his neck, sucking his teeth and shit. Know what I mean? Giving mad too, throwing his little bitch fits in the goddamn huddle. Man, Lamar don't need them kind of problems. Lamar don't need those kind of problems. That's a problem. Green Bay, I don't think that's a good fit either. I don't think that's a good fit. I like the Raiders. Green Bay, nah. Tampa Bay, no. Rams, no. Cardinals, no. Seahawks, no. Yeah, man. Let's see who else. New Orleans. They can use a receiver. New Orleans might not be a bad fit for them because Michael Thomas been out all year, and they can use some help. They can use some help even though Winston is out for the season. They can still use some help, but he'll probably be crying because they don't have a great quarterback. So, but they can use some wide receiver help. So maybe New Orleans, maybe that could be an okay fit for them, even though they don't have a quarterback. Let's see who else. I'm thinking over here. Well, maybe Atlanta. Atlanta might not be a bad fit for him. Maybe Atlanta. Maybe Atlanta. Atlanta could work. Yeah, Craig said flicking his hair and shit. Word up. That little blonde banger of his. Flipping that little blonde banger of his. Let's see, Atlanta could work. I'm trying to think of teams now. Y'all got me thinking over here. Carolina, maybe Carolina, maybe him and DJ Moore together, maybe. Let's see, that wouldn't be a bad fit, maybe, but that's a small market too. That's another thing. I don't think he wants to be in a small market. I think he wants to be in a big market. So Carolina, he might be turned off by Carolina because it's a small market. I don't think he wants anything to do with a small market. That's just that's what I think, right? The Bears. What about your Bears, Craig? What about your Bears? Your Bears might not be a bad idea. I don't know. Would you take them, Craig? Craig, would you take them on the Bears? Oh, the Colts? Yeah, the Colts is another one. That's a good one. That's a small market, but it might be a good fit for the team, though. Team-wise, that might not be a bad fit. But would you take them on the Bears? No, I already mentioned Baltimore, H-Baz. I don't like them in Baltimore. Baltimore, He's too much of a diva. He'll fuck it up. He'll fuck it up in Baltimore. He's too much of a diva. Yeah, I mentioned the Raiders. The Raiders is actually not a bad choice. I actually don't disagree with the Raiders. That's actually one of the better fits that I heard. I don't see him coming back to our division. I don't see him coming back to the East. Because we ain't going to take that motherfucker, nor do I want him. The Giants ain't going to take him back. I highly doubt it. They ain't going to want those problems anymore. Dallas got enough receivers. They don't need him. That's ridiculous for them to get him. That just don't make sense. And the Eagles, if he went to one team in our division, it would be the Eagles. It would be the Eagles if he did go to a team in our division. And if he did that, he would be doing that just to get back at the Giants. So I'll say the Eagles is a wild card for where he might end up. The Eagles is a wild card, but I don't think he's gonna want to go there though. But they're a wild card. They're a wild card. He's skilled. I'm not gonna say he's good. I would say he's skilled. He's skilled, right? Like, he has good hands. He has great hands. Pause. But he has great hands, right? And he's a good route runner. He's a diva, and he's a head case, right? And he has a tradition of losing, right? Like, he does not help his teams win, right? That's why I don't really like calling him good, because he doesn't do anything to help your team win. He just gets you highlights. Like, he'll get you a couple of highlights in a game, but your team lost, right? Like, his greatest highlight of all times, that catch he made in the end zone against Dallas on Monday Night Football, when he was diving backwards over his head and landed on his back and caught that. Yeah, the Giants lost that game. The Giants lost that game. Another game where he had an infamous catch, I actually was at this game, was in FedEx, and he made a diving catch right there in the end zone that I was right by. I was right there in that end zone when he made the catch, and he caught it one-hand catch, diving in the end zone corner, amazing catch. I couldn't believe he caught it. I had to watch the replay about 3 times, because when he first did it in front of my face, I was like, he dropped that shit. Like, that wasn't no catch. And no, he caught the fuck out of that shit when I saw the replay. Amazing catch. They lost that game. Right? So, like, all his major highlights, reels, and everything else is that third, all those highlights came in games that they actually lost. So that motherfucker he don't help the teams win games, right? He don't help his team win games. He demands the ball a lot. If he don't get the ball thrown to him X amount of games, he's on the sidelines pouting and crying. You see evidence of this of him on whatever team he's on. Whatever team he's on, he's going to be pouting and crying on the sidelines if he's not getting the ball thrown his way. So you really don't. Yeah, like that dude. Yeah, and people have been unable to reel him in, and he don't get it. He's immature. He just don't get it. So he's too much of a diva. So because of that, he's just going to drag teams down, and he ain't never going to win nothing. No. Yeah, winning is a huge part of Lane. That's a major part of winning. And he doesn't help their teams. He don't help his teams win. All he cares about is getting his numbers, his fantasy points, and getting on SportsCenter with a highlight. He good. That's all he cares about. He don't get it. He's never gotten it. He's a me first motherfucker. That's his problem. He's a me first dude. Talented, he got skills. He's skilled. But that motherfucker, yeah, he's a loser though. He's a fucking loser. No. That's always been my issue with Odell Beckham. Like, I used to tell my brother before, like, yeah, he overrated. People like, what? Odell Beckham's overrated. Yeah, and I'll tell him why. Like, you know, like, he's good. Don't get me wrong. Me calling him overrated ain't me calling him trash. Ain't me saying that he can't play. I'm saying he's overrated because people have him rated as like top receiver or top 3 receiver in the league. Everything. Based on what? It's like what are y'all basing this off of? Like, nah, I could name you 3 receivers better than that motherfucker. Like, there was never a time throughout the course of his career where I felt like he was a top 3 receiver. You know, I just never felt that way about him. I thought he was solid. I thought he was solid. He was good. I thought he was good at what he did. Good at what he did, but he didn't do enough for his team. He always fighting and shit, fighting Josh Norman and everything else, making it more about him and Josh Norman instead of them actually winning the game. Right before the playoffs, and what was that, 2012, when the Giants made the playoffs and they played Green Bay, his very first playoff game, that motherfucker went to Miami days before to go hang out in the beach and shit. I forgot who he was hanging out with. Was he hanging out with Scrappy or some shit like that? I forgot who the fuck he was hanging out with, but he went down to go hang out in Miami. The shit made TMZ, everything else. This is days before his very first playoff game. That motherfucker did all that shit, went and played in the playoff game, and had about 6 drops. Had about 6 drops in the fucking playoff game, and they got their ass kicked that day. And they got their ass kicked. I roasted the shit out of Odell Beckham after that shit, because this is back when I was in my football, on my football channel. Oh my goodness, I roasted the shit out of Odell Beckham. That motherfucker had about 6 drops that game, that playoff game, and he went out hanging out like 3 or 4 days prior out in the beach out in Miami, and he got a whole motherfucking playoff game way out in Green Bay like 3 days later. Out in Green Bay, Wisconsin. You going from the beach to playing in the snow within days. Like, what is wrong with you? Yeah, it was with Victor Cruz. Yep, he was another one. Yeah, he was on that trip too. It was a bunch of the motherfuckers. Yeah, it was a bunch of them. And Odell dropped about 5 or 6 passes that playoff game, and they took that L. And they took that L. They took that Odell. They just take the L. They took the Odell. You know what I mean? They fell right in their motherfucking feet. I was like, see? Look, this y'all boy. This y'all boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, talking to all these Giant fans. This y'all boy. Look, I told you. Told you. Y'all got a weirdo over here. He up there traveling to Miami to go have gay sex on the beach. Days before a fucking playoff game. This y'all boy. This y'all boy. Talk to y'all boy. Talk to y'all boy. Know what I mean? And that was his very first playoff game. That's what I mean. Like, and I don't think he got a playoff win. I don't think that motherfucker has a playoff win in his career. Can y'all name me a playoff win that motherfucker got? Because I can't think of one off the top of my head. I know that was his first one. He caught that Odell. And Cleveland made the playoffs last year. Did they win a playoff game last year? Did Cleveland win a playoff game last year? I can't remember. I'm drawing a blank. Help me out, family. Did Cleveland win a playoff game last year? If they didn't, he don't got no playoff wins. Because I don't think he got none. I think Cleveland lost their playoff game last year, if I ain't mistaken. I don't think Cleveland went far last year in the playoffs. I remember they barely made it. If I remember correctly. Yeah, he stunk up the field that game. He stunk it up. That motherfucker was dropping everything. Everything. Is he really gay? I believe he is. I believe he is, Elaine. It's enough evidence out there for me to believe. I believe it. Let's put it this way, Elaine. I have just as much reason to believe Odell Beckham is gay as I have a reason to believe Kevin Samuels is gay. There's just as much evidence out there about Odell Beckham being gay as Kevin Samuels being gay. So if I'm being consistent, and I usually am, yeah, I gotta say Odell Beckham's gay because, yeah, the evidence is there. The evidence is there. Real talk. All right, Knowledge, what's going on? How you?
It's like, what's good with you?
I can't call it the word.
Hey, I'm good, man. Getting some of this Jersey air, you understand what I'm saying? I'm in town.
You already. You already. I was just talking about a little bit of football. What's going on?
Hey, you got it. I ain't got nothing to say this football season. I'm in silence. You like 3-5.
Yeah, man. My team ain't doing good either, man. It's just, this whole division is bad. I told people last week this whole division is bad. Whole division sucks.
Anytime them cowgirls is doing good, it ain't good for nobody.
Them motherfuckers, they took that L yesterday.
I see the little meme. They had Shirley from What's Happening in one of them uniforms talking about what happened. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. We division bad off. Division bad off. Yeah, you want to chime in on topic? I was talking about black men hating each other, and trying to figure out why is it like that.
I mean, we train like that. We train like that. You hit on something earlier I didn't get a chance to talk about, and you was talking about how we socialize as black men. A part of us socialization, or a part of us coming into our rites of passage, especially where we grew up, was fighting. And who did we fight? You know what I mean? Now we got some best friends, don't get it wrong. Like if my homie could scrap, like we might have started off as enemies, but we was rolling together after that.
Right.
But most of the ones that came up after us, they wasn't socialized like that. So they didn't see the other part. They just know we was fighting outside. So by the time they came out outside, they was shooting. You see what I'm saying? Like, There's cats that's running around here. They supposed to be hardcore killers with bodies on them and all that. You like, yo, who your brother? More so for us now. It's like, who your father? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who your father? Like, oh, such and such. Like, and then you see the regression. So a socialization comes in to how we were socialized. Like, we grew up fighting. You see what I'm saying? They grew up shooting. So they gave birth to a generation of cats who ain't never had to fight for anything. So in that, like, it sounds cliche now, but when we was young, we sing Friday when Pop said, you win some, you lose some, but you live. You live to fight another day. And some cats, depending on where they from, you know what I'm saying, the Caribbeans or, from over on the continent, you fought them, you gonna fight them until one of y'all die or they win. You understand what I'm saying? Like you fought a Jamaican or somebody from the Trinity or Virgin Islands or something in school. Guess what you had to fight until they died or you won or they won. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that kind of socialization go along with their family honor. You know what I mean? So all of these kind of tie in a little bit, and I don't want to get too extra into any of the shit. It's like, but when we say we don't see each other in any other kind of way other than enemies, we see each other as enemies, and we're trained that way. We socialize that way, we train that way, and everything that comes good to you in your environment as a young black man don't come from you.
Right.
Everything that's evil in your environment, everything that you're afraid of comes from another black person, whether it's a black mother, because you brought that up too. That's a good point. To ignore that would be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
A young black man's relationship first is with his mother, so if that's estranged or non-existent, or if it's toxic or abusive, the world don't stand a chance. Not just another woman in his life, but the world knows. You see what I'm saying? Like, bullies was made from a lot of them from getting their ass whooped at home, being abused at home. So they come to school in a way where that, or it was some kind of neglect, like they weren't eating at home. And I know from like outreach work now over these past years, just in the community with some of these, some of our youth, they don't want to be that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But they, like, especially when school was out and it was remote from home, all of the abuse that they would be able to leave was right there in their house. A lot of that. You know what I mean? So there was no through line. But I think that at least with us, and we came up with some older heads and all that kind of stuff. Like, there was rules for that. And to the point there was no rules. So you could have been upset with you. It's rare when you had a problem with just a person. You know what I'm saying? Like if you was from a certain block, you know what I'm saying? Like if you was from First Street Projects and I'm from Grafton, or you know what I'm saying? Like that's some shit. Like that's even before us. We don't even know why. It was just on though. You see what I'm saying? Like oh, they're gonna Villsburg niggas. Oh, they're gonna Hooterville niggas. Or whatever it was not localized to it. Like somebody from, you'd be hard pressed to find somebody that you had a real problem with unless they was from around your way. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody from around your way, or somebody had to do something, or somebody tried to play you in school or something like that, like whatever it was. But somebody from around your way, you couldn't explain. Somebody from another block, it's from the other block. But somebody from around your way, be like, I just don't fuck with that dude. You know, whatever it is, blah blah. And until y'all fight, and then y'all fight, we fight, whatever. We might piece it up after that. Best friends. And I wish a motherfucker come try you after that. You know what I'm saying? So when we start talking about those kinds of things, they train. Like all of the enemies that we see, anybody who robbed us, anybody who tried to take our shoes, whatever, people who was clowning, or those who couldn't take a fucking joke, whatever it was, the people that was on the other end of that, the ones that was giving it to you, looked like you. So that's why we got problems with talking, to other, brothers and sisters. You see what I'm saying? But since we just talking about brothers, but even communicating with brothers, because there's always been some kind of competition. You see what I'm saying? So if we in a competitive type situation, that's a synonym for war.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, so if we in a state of competition with each other, that's a synonym for war. You don't love people you go to war against. You love people who go to war with you. You know what I mean? Like, so we know from around the way, like, me and you could have just got into it, but let another motherfucker come around the corner. That's different. That shit might have solved whatever the fuck we had going on, because everything with us too, that was another thing about emotional regulation. Everything with us growing up got heated, but everything didn't turn violent. Everything got heated. Everything. You playing cards, shit got heated. You playing football, baseball, whatever you doing, they got heated. You understand what I'm saying? We talk about hip hop. We don't know none of these motherfuckers in hip hop. We heated with the heated argument. This motherfucker, you heard this dumbass motherfucker say blah 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 blah, and we ain't even meaning in no disrespect. Like the shit you said was dumb. Like you ain't even dumb. You see what I'm saying? Like you ain't dumb. Like, but you said some dumbass shit. You just gotta wear that. You gotta wear that, and then everybody hear about it. You wear it, and then that's it. But another component is don't let no girls we was feeling been out there. That's when this shit turned extra. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's when this shit turned extra. That's when you see a coward turn into a braveheart for 10 whole seconds. You understand what I'm saying? Like, or your mama in the window or something like that. You see what I'm saying? That's a dangerous type of situation, real quick. But by and large, I think that there's an absence of a proper ushering in identification to young black men. They don't know who they are, and we took on stuff that ain't really us. Man up. We man up through example. Like, somebody told you man up, or boys don't cry, all this other shit. Like, somebody gave you all of that. They gave you all of that, and then they gave you video games for you to go kill. So you can kill on a video game, and you can go kill in the street.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no off switch. So if you on these games and you looking, and what's waiting for you outside, the same thing that's on the video game. The gangs on the video game, the gangs are outside. You see what I'm saying? Like, so there's no, all these things existed. It's not no shit where it just popped up like boom. Like, tribalism exists. That's what gangs are. You see what I'm saying? Like, that thing in nature, they say birds of a feather. Yeah, that's a thing. You gonna roll with who you roll with, and whoever they enemies are your enemy. You see what I'm saying? But there's no shit to where the proper examples of what's appropriate versus what's inappropriate.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what's missing. And then the worst shit of all is somebody used to be able to tell you don't do that shit. You see what I'm saying? Somebody used to be able to tell you don't do that shit, and there was a consequence for it, whatever it was. But now even correction is out the window. So no example and no correction.
Do you sense there's a lack of respect for elders nowadays? Like, do you think that do you think that stems from a lot of what we're talking about? Because I know it's a lack of respect for elders nowadays, and I think a lot of that has to do with our self-hatred towards each other.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. I think growing pains plays a factor too. You see what I'm saying? Like, we switched spots with them. We was teenagers, couldn't nobody tell us shit, either. You know what I'm saying? We had to see everything for ourselves. We had to learn the hard way, in nature they call it a bull testing his horns. You see what I'm saying? That's a natural part. So in that spot, you still have to leave room for, young brothers to be young brothers. But I think that needs to be more interaction in regards to intervention. You see what I'm saying? Like, intervention, like, somebody who you learn, because we learn from each other anyway. You see what I'm saying? We learn from each other anyway. So whether we learn something good or something bad, we learn something. So more of the intervention type situation, not in no preachy, none of this, religion, none of that shit. Like, just in a way to be able to dialogue. And what I learned from this pandemic is a lot of people have children, and a lot of people, a lot of sisters, a lot of brothers, they got children and they don't know them. They're strangers to them. They don't know anything about them. And a vast majority of the abuse and all of the stuff that was happening in the house, verbally, emotionally, psychologically, was because you in a household of people that don't know each other. You could have a full house. You could have a mama and a daddy in the house, and all of the children. Everybody's on their devices. Everybody's being divisive. There's a whole bunch of strangers in the house. So the thing is, everybody goes and does their own thing, and then they come back together. They don't eat together. They don't talk about nothing. None of that shit. Everybody's on their devices being divisive.
That's real shit. That's real shit. Yeah.
They come back in the house, and they're restricted now. They don't know any. They don't even know how their children learn. You understand? Like they can't even help their children with their fucking homework. Like it's some shit where they got emails and all kinds of resources for parents to help their children with their homework. They're like, yo, I don't know how to. You see what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. Some of the way they teach our children how to do math and all this other shit, like all this extra crazy steps, and you 7 years old talking about an equation and you ain't working an equation. You see what I'm saying? Like all of these extra steps, but your learning style, you are forced to learn your child's learning style. Like if you don't know how they learn. I saw my sons in front of that fucking computer with that remote learning shit. I said, oh, ain't no way in hell we would have been able to do that shit.
Man.
And we looking at
These
little
kids got so
versions.
much access to shit that we never had access to.
Right.
Never had access to.
We had Fat Albert in the game. You see what I'm saying? So we had the Fat Albert in the game.
Was good though. In some ways, it was good that we were sheltered for some of that stuff and everything. But now these kids have no filter. Like they're not sheltered from anything now. Everything's in their face right now. Everything is within their fingertips. Like they literally can go online and just find porn now. Like we couldn't just go and just find porn any old fucking where when we was kids or whatever. Like you had to know where to go with it. You know what I mean? Just do what to look for. It wasn't easy to come by. But now it's like these kids, I think they're growing up just being desensitized to a whole bunch of things because they being exposed to so much. Like it's hard. How do you shelter kids in 2021? It's almost impossible.
There's a part of that, and the other part of that is you explain it. Like you can break it down to them. They understand it. You see what I'm saying? They want confirmation to build trust more than information because they know. They come from us. You see what I'm saying? Like that line of communication got to be open. We came from generations of children are to be seen and not heard. So all of the shit that we had was in our imagination. That's why I said, Fat Albert in the game, because they made something out of nothing. We came from something out of nothing, treehouse, clubhouse, little rascal shit. We'd have built some shit with whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never seen nobody like us with bikes. We never seen a new bike. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Like we ain't never seen. We found a way to put 3 motherfuckers on one bike. You see what I'm saying? Like with the pegs and all the shit. You know what I'm saying? We in Montclair. You know what I'm saying? Taking somebody's shit. You understand? Like we understood. Like there was no way. Like that. From that kind of ingenuity that exists, it still exists in these young minds. They have different filters. So they filter their information digitally when we had our shit analog. Like we had magazines. You see what I'm saying? Like we watched Married with Children and fucking Al Bundy had the damn magazine. You understand what I'm saying? So people looking for Hustler and Penthouse and all that other shit, they ain't gotta go through none of that.
Blacktail and stuff. We had Blacktail magazines and shit like that. We had to go. Yeah. And they sold them in a place. See what I'm saying? Like they sold them in a place. Like, and we usually got them secondhand. We ain't buy. We couldn't even buy them at these spots. But like they have like that type stuff, with like newsstands and wherever they sold like magazines, like out in the street and whatever. Little newsstands out in the street, you can find them there, whatever. But we couldn't buy them because we were too young. But we'd get them like second, third hand or something. Somebody get their hands on one or something. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how it got passed around or whatever. It was way different than now or whatever.
And that was
gay stuff. We didn't see nothing gay. Yeah, we ain't see nothing gay. We wasn't exposed to any of that stuff. I don't think I seen 2 grown ass men kiss until like the 90s. Right. Like you feel me? Like that shit was crazy.
Yeah, that was the rise of the machines because they showed us consciousness. I was just talking about this. Like they showed us consciousness and militancy. And then they made fun of it. And then they had this this whole gay shit that they pushed through. You see what I'm saying? Like they pushed this shit right through right at the same time. In the 90s was a period of that. So you would have, this rise of militancy, but then you had the rise of the militancy with the cut, with the Snow Bunny shit, My Milk of Magnesia, the Wayne shit, the cat from prison come home, like they put all of these little stops in place, and while they was doing that, they was pushing homosexuality and normalizing it. And then, you see what I'm saying? Like very quietly, like on time release, just to see how much we would accept. And now it's like full blast. You see what I'm saying? Remember Chris Rock made that joke about, girls not giving head no more. It's like they still make you. Like,
yeah,
this is the same shit with straight people. You see what I'm saying? They looking at you like, what? That's still a thing? You know what I'm saying? Like this whole bizarro type shit, they're exposed to it. Back to the point, like they're exposed to it now. You gotta have them understand, what this is, like, and how to deal with that kind of shit. You see what I'm saying? So they want real conversations. They want the truth. They don't want no cut. They don't want that preachy shit. And they don't want a lot of it. They want a little bit, and they want to see what you do. You see what I'm saying? Like, what you say and what you do gotta be the same. These youth ain't with none of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
We talking about their clothes and their hair and all this other shit, their pants and all this other, none of that shit that they got going on. They didn't need no instruction manual to burn this bitch down.
No.
None. Not one. Not one. That's just proof that we come from the same lineages. I don't know about the youth. They said the same shit about our grandparents, our parents, us, and then we saying the same shit. We the old motherfuckers now. It's like we the old heads that don't like nothing.
Right.
But it goes to every generation. You see what I'm saying? It goes to every generation. They got their own lane, all that shit. We don't like none of that shit. But when it came time to burn this bitch down, they didn't have no assembly required. They was right on target, like we was. You know what I'm saying? And like the generations before us, like the generations before them. So that's one thing. Finding a way to connect with them, using those tools that are readily available to them. So parents, whatever your children are consuming, if it's TikTok or whatever the fuck it is, find a way to communicate with them in their language, because they don't speak our language. They got their own fucking language. So you make what you're, looking to do to be palatable to them in their language. And it's just like speaking a foreign language. Like if you fuck it up, they'll help you. But the intent is you try to speak their language. You didn't come at them like, why the fuck you don't speak English? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's not the way to approach. See, that's why I don't approach the younger generation like that. Well, I'm more in tune with the younger generation than I feel like our parents was with our generation. I feel like our parents were totally out of touch with our generation. Like totally out of touch. I don't think that's the case with my generation and like the Zoomers or whatever the case may be, or even some millennials. Some of us have millennial kids. So like I think we're a little bit more connected with them because of like things like social media and stuff like that. I think we able to like relate to them a little bit more. Now that could be a bad thing in some areas because I think we relate to them a little too much. It should be a certain separation there because of wisdom and and everything else. We should it should be some forms of separation there, but you also should be able to connect with them. You gotta know how to speak to them too. You speak their language, like so to speak. You ain't gotta be, you ain't gotta talk exactly like them, but you should be able to talk to them where they can resonate with you, and you ain't coming across as somebody who's talking down at them, right? Because if they feel like you're talking down at them, they're going to kind of tune you out, kind of reject what you say and everything. But if you speak it to them where they can resonate with you, you speak in their language, you can get a whole lot further. So yeah, I never try to I didn't want to come across ever as that guy. the stiff, the older stiff that's just wagging their finger and telling everything you doing is wrong and this, that, and the third. Like, I tried to learn from mistakes I thought the past generation made with the younger generation.
Right. Sports is still an option. Creativity is another option. Like the way this digital footprint goes, you have to kind of have one of those skill sets in order to bring your message into this generation. You know how many young black men I come across, they want guidance. You see what I'm saying? They want guidance. They're not, really lost out here, but they want the real though. You see what I'm saying? They want the real. They know all of the spooky shit. All the spooky shit is abundant now. This is the most spookiest time I've ever seen in my fucking life. Like everybody is, intuitive and all this other shit and all that. Like until you ask them like regular simple questions. But everybody in the clouds with all this shit and they on the fucking astral plane and all this old nut ass shit. But when Dr. Collins said something sound on the ground while you're still around, like they're lost with that shit. So it's too much airy in the sky shit and not enough balance in between what's palatable, what's right in front of them. Like what can you help with right now? Like what kind of talent do you have to deal with some of the things that's going on right now? What's in their world? Are we that far removed? Are we fucking really detached? You know what I'm saying? Like my son was 6. He was like, I'm just stressed out. I had to motherfucking shut the world down, like, and correct something that didn't happen in my time. If we just said we stressed out, what the hell you stressed out about? You 6 or you 7 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit would have been a whole nother situation. So I had to sit with my young G and let him unload. And when I heard what the fuck was in his 6-year-old mind, I can see why he stressed the fuck out. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, I'm worried about this and this and blah, blah, blah. You understand? I'm like, whoa. Like, he used the word worried about this, like a grown-ass man. You see what I'm saying? Like, so I'm like, all right, we want to figure this out, break it down, boom, 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 and kind of guide him through the course of action that he's looking to take for what's a problem for him.
Mm-hmm.
So now I created a bridge. So if it's wisdom is for all time. It ain't for a season. You see what I'm saying? So if you're going to bring wisdom from one generation to the next, you're going to bridge a gap. Y'all going to have to build that shit together. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that go along with it. And that's not something that came in the instruction manual. That's not, men don't be communicating like that, like they supposed to. And I think that's a flaw too. You see what I'm saying? Like that level or that depth of communication, that being able to articulate and communicate with one another, like express yourself, express, how you feel it and how to deal with conflict.
Mm-hmm.
And that was another thing. That's why I said sports is still an issue. Still a viable option because you can teach that kind of regulation.
Discipline.
Through it. You see what I'm saying? Through basketball, through football, through boxing, through wrestling, through martial arts because you learn gravity. You understand what I'm saying? Like that little part in Creed where a buddy said you gotta learn the hard way. He was like, who else won it? He put his keys up there. You know what I'm saying? Old buddy knocked his ass out. He learned gravity. You know what I mean? Like getting hit is something different. Getting knocked on your ass is another one. You see what I'm saying? Like, so it exists somebody out there that can do that. And this is what, fighting for us was. Because you have to fight. Like, your body fights. Like, what the fuck you think you exist on the planet?
You gotta release. You gotta release, especially when you're a boy growing up. You got all this. You got all this testosterone going, everything else, you're growing, you need to release all this and you also need to learn discipline. You need to learn how to harness that energy, right? And the best, and like you were saying, sports is a good way to train yourself to do this, right? Like, train yourself to be disciplined, be aggressive, but organize chaos, right? It'll teach you about that instead of just chaotic. You don't want things chaotic. You want chaos is okay if it's organized, but if it's not organized and you just got something that's chaotic and it's just out of control, and that's when problems start.
And when you're around a bunch of children like that, you'll get to see what's in each one of them. You see what I'm saying? Like, sports affords you the opportunity when you take a step back and look. If I didn't have a team in the first 2 practices, I wouldn't have a team as a coach. Whether they're 5 years old or 55 years old. If I did not have a team in the first 2 practices, I don't care how good they were, whatever. If I couldn't make a team out of them individuals that came there, that's what it is. Like, look at conflict resolution. Like, how many grown ass people? Like, they show them old clips and shit, with Shaq and Kobe and all of these teams. Like, I wish you would have ran up on the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish you would have ran up on the Knicks. You can't teach that. You can set up an environment for that to go. I wish you would have ran up on the Pistons. They set up an environment and then everybody came together like that. But you have to. That's something that can be learned, but not something that can be taught. But there's a couple of factors that's in there. You have to look for a few people on your team for you to bring that out. So my first practice, ain't nobody touch no ball. You had to learn who was on your team. Like, you touched the ball once to introduce yourself at practice, and then boom, the next 15 minutes, I'm in your head. Who's that person? What's that person's name? What's that person's name? What you gonna say, yo, when you need the ball in the game? What's his name? What's her name? Whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Like, boom, nobody knows nobody's name? All right, after these 10 laps, I guarantee you want to know everybody's name on your team. And I wait. And what I hear is like, hey, everybody yell out your name. What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? Once I hear that, I was like, all right, boom. And their parents are amazed. They're like, what in the hell is going on? Like, this is another place now. Now we can start working on whatever it is fundamentally, but the concept of the game is to know that this is a team sport. You got people talking about they want liberation, and they don't even know how to function on a team. Everybody want to be fucking individuals.
Yeah.
That's why
that's why I'm way big on team sports. Like Rashid in chat mentioned boxing. When boxing is good. It's good discipline. It's good for protection. Learn how to defend yourself and all that. Now, I support people. Getting their boxing skills up. Because, like he said, a lot of people sell their conflicts in the ring, and that's what's up. But team sports though, that teaches you to work with others, right? That teaches you to play nice with others. Boxing kind of teach you to tear a person's head off. While like football, which is to me is the ultimate team sport, teaches you how to play with others, right? Because if one person messes up on the team, the whole team fails. The whole team can fail if just one person just messes up. So you need everybody in sync. Everybody has to be in the same page. Again, discipline, right? It teaches a lot of discipline, a lot of it teaches you teamwork. It teaches you again to learn how to work with others and to trust other people, because you got to trust your teammates too. So you also have to. It also builds up trust. So it's a lot of things there when you're playing team sports, especially something like football, basketball as well, but football more so because it's more, to me, that's the ultimate team sport is football.
Yeah. And football operates like combat. That's as close as you're going to get to combat as you can get without weapons, but your body and your mind is your weapon on the football field. That's why I call it a football field, because it's a battlefield. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so it's there. Like, it's localized with basketball from a squad level, and then it just gets high on the football level. You know what I mean? Like that shit having to switch back and forth. Just to add with like boxing and martial arts, I would say, you come from a team, but it rests on your shoulders. So all of the team skills that you had to learn, you are the representation of your team. You see what I'm saying? So it's their team versus your team, localized with an individual combat sport. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta box, or you gotta do some martial arts, whatever it is. You have to spar with one another. So you come from a whole school. They come from a whole school. They come from a whole gym. They come from a whole gym. You see what I'm saying? So that's that pugilism that comes together. That's a team concept, but it's localized to individuality. Versus you on that rink, with the hockey or the rugby or the lacrosse or the soccer, whatever it is. Everybody has to do what they have to do right then, and then they have to be able to adjust. You see what I'm saying? You're like, oh, I play defense, or I play offense. That don't mean shit when the ball goes to the other side. Everybody plays everything, and that's how the battlefield is. You might be on an offensive and then have to take up a defensive posture. You see what I'm saying? So these are skills that you can teach about life and when conflict hits you. So you got a ready-made plan together, and you working with a group of people, and shit just goes south. What are you gonna do? The shit still got to get done. You see what I'm saying? So if you don't have those kinds of experiences in life, dealing with conflict and pressure and deadlines and stress, you'll blow your fucking brains out, or you'll blow somebody else's brains out because you can't deal. You see what I'm saying? So that's another link into where a lot of these drug problems and shit like that is coming from. You see what I'm saying? Like all of these things, and why these things become available too. So it's a myriad of things to be addressed, and there are other parts of the brain to actually use. So the same way the team can play a team sport, the same way the team can come together and do some virtual digital project or whatever they do, with those other kinds of games or whatever stuff that they play. So learning what your child is most interested in, or the people that you're looking to influence, you have to teach them through their influence. I don't know nothing about Roblox and Minecraft or any of that shit, but my children period, they're into that shit. So you gotta know how to relate that experience of life, whatever life lesson that you want to teach them. You want to have to learn how to incorporate some of that into how you're teaching it. And so everybody don't got athletes. You know what I'm saying? If it's a paintbrush, it's a fucking paintbrush. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever it is, if it's the mic, if it's production, whatever it is, whatever that niche is, for your children, it's better the earlier you can find it, so you can, spend your life as their guide, guiding them on that path, but teaching them through their mechanism. Shit is guerrilla sports. It's not, one dimensional.
True. Yeah, it's getting late. Now I did 12-hour live stream yesterday. Broke
really?
Day, did all night. It was live. It was lit up in here last night.
Oh, which I had Pseudo Sunday?
Yeah, Pseudo Sunday was lit
shit.
last night. I did 12 hours on this motherfucker. Broke day. It's catching up with me right now. So yeah, I'm about to get ready to shut this one down. But yeah, what's good though? You got something you want to say before we get out of here?
Support this channel, man. Like I looked around and I stepped away for a little while, just looking. There's no other channel like this out there. There isn't. I know y'all probably, if y'all heard me, say support this channel, like there's no other channel. There's no cut over here. You see what I'm saying? Like you get it real and with intelligence and with research. The contemporaries out here, they just espousing off, shooting off their damn mouth with a lot of stuff, and you don't see any evidence. There's nothing you can go look up or anything like that. So, I could only imagine what was discussed yesterday. But if it was 12 hours, it was 12 hours for a reason, not for the season. So support this channel. There's nothing else like it. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to Psycho. Shout out to Renee. Shout out to the RBG Pill community over here. And let's continue to insulate this joint, because if you speaking facts and truth and all of that, like they come for you. You know what I'm saying? So let's insulate them and make sure that they're good.
Yeah, definitely. All right, no doubt. I appreciate you coming up too. I appreciate the words. We be trying over here. We trying.
Yeah, I'm looking to interview Paul Mooney's daughter.
Oh yeah.
Next week sometime. So I'm gonna hit you.
Oh, that'll be interesting. Yeah, hit me up, man. Hit me up. Let me know what's good, man. I'm still good to do all that too.
Right. I seen her and I seen Craig Smith. So just looking to put that together sometime next week, something like that. So
true. Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely hit me up. You already know I'm always good. You there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Definitely though. Hit me up. Let me know what's going on. And yeah, you already.
Yeah.
All right. How'd you later now?
Good.
All right. Yeah, family. Let's see. Rodney B, what's going on? Let's see who else came up here. Skinny Boy, what up? T Duck, what up? Oh shit, Renee slid up in here. I didn't even see it. Renee, what up? Shout out to everybody else out there that came through. Know what I mean? I appreciate that, Rodney, no doubt. And I appreciate everybody coming through, man. I'm a little bit tired though, man. Last night was a rough one. Anybody looking for last night's stream? It's on Patreon. I dropped the links to my Patreons right here on the side. If you're looking for it, you can go on my channel, look at the community tab. I posted it there. That's where the stream is. I had to take it down. It was a little too lit, so I had to take it down. I don't like taking down streams, but I promised my Patreon they got access to all my streams, whether I keep them up or take them down. So if you're wondering where it's at, that's where it's at. You know what I mean? Sometimes streams get a little too lit. You know what I mean? But yeah, family, if you haven't already, please do me a favor. Please click like, share, and subscribe. It's very important that you click like. It gets us in the algorithm. It's also important that you share. It lets people know we breathing. And it's also important that you subscribe. You know what I mean? Also, family, after you subscribe, please don't forget to hit that notification bell. It's very important to hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever we do go live. You want to be notified to get here bright and early. You know what I mean? Don't miss none of the show and be a part of the notification gang. You know what I'm talking about? And yeah, to my haters out there, y'all already know what it is. It's about that time. If you had any issues with anything said tonight, any opinions given, the topic, whatever, you can now express yourself by please clicking dislike. You should still share this motherfucker though. Don't be selfish. But you might want to unsubscribe. You know what I mean? Because we got issues with motherfuckers over here, men talking and just building amongst themselves about random things. Then I already know you ain't on none of these right here. And you need to get your mind right. And this will help you. You know what I mean? Also, family, I just mentioned before, please consider becoming my Patreon. If you do, you will have access to any stream I do, whether I keep it up or take it down, i.e. last night. You know, I also have exclusive content on my Patreon. And I also have no limits on my Patreon. Whatever you feel like the channel's worth, that's what you donate. You know what I mean? All donations given does go towards the production of the show, as always. And I want to shout out all my Patreon out there. I appreciate all y'all. And yeah, family, please follow me on Twitter and the Gram and at Clubhouse at SYKOPATHeist, spelled the same way as the channel. Also, family, please subscribe to all our channels. This is very important because sometimes we might have to channel hop. And if we do, you want to be on top of everything that we're doing. And, you know, make sure you stay in the mix. So please do me a favor. Go to those links in the description. Click on all of them. And please subscribe to all the channels. And also, please don't forget to hit that notification bell as well. You know what I mean? And yeah, family. Also, as always, if you out there, you looking for any graphics, artwork designs, or logos, please consider hitting up our sister Renee at Renee Black Graphics on Facebook. Also, if you're looking for any t-shirts, hoodies, or coffee mugs, all custom designs, please consider hitting up her store as well. Just like all the other links, these links will also be in the description box as well. Shout out to Sister Renee. And yeah, family, let's see. We'll be back maybe either tomorrow or Wednesday. We might be back. I gotta talk to Renee. We're gonna try to get a show in this week. I gotta talk to Renee. So again, just hit that notification bell and be on the lookout. You know what I mean? I can't promise you which day, because I gotta speak to her about that. And yeah, as always, family, I want to shout out everybody out in the live chat that came through. Appreciate all y'all. Shout out to Mod Deep. Shout out to Pookie and Knowledge for coming up and building with me tonight. I want to give a peace and black power to everybody out there. Holla black at your boy. I'm out.
Battle anybody, I don't care, you battle anybody, I don't care, you battle anybody, I don't care, you battle any battle, I accept. They all gonna grab themselves double.
Let's go.